Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Boxingwords.com. When I say I promise you, I'm gonna knock out the Gypsy King as well.
DAZN Productions.
How am I gonna let this little skinny spaghetti hit my face?
Boxingwords.com.
Numbers don't lie, and I'm the number one guy. And I'm the dog with this.
When I stepped on the scene, I said I wanted this far. I said I wanted that low.
Boxingwords.com.
You know, so I'm still on a mission.
I'm gonna chase his ass all the way up there.
I told him it's an easy fight to make.
Some of them like it, some of them don't. Boxingwords.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I know it hasn't been that long as me and a couple of the TBV crew put in an astronomical amount of work last night with all the live fight chats, but it really did pay off. As I want to send an applause and a thank you. I guess not an applause, right? We kind of figured out that the TBV applause sucks, and we're waiting for someone to send us one. It's a very empty room applauding all the subscribers that subscribed yesterday. But I do want to note, man, so many people subscribed yesterday that we went from 93,800 to 94,568, which is amazing, man, because that means that we're less than 400 and something away from being at 94 in about 48 hours worth of time. And it'll take us a couple of more days to get to that 95. I might have said that wrong, right? We were at 93,800, got to 94,568 overnight, and now we just want to get the good old 95,000. But it's happening, man, and that's credit to you guys. So if you're just joining the live stream, I would ask you to hit that thumbs up button. Why? It helps with the visibility of the show. And as you can see from yesterday, visibility is getting out there, awareness is getting out there, and people are knowing that this is a safe haven for boxing folk that want to come out here and talk some boxing with us. So we got a jam-packed show, obviously lined up, a lot to discuss. Manny Pacquiao dominates Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner calls robbery. So the question is, do you think, Pacquiao won that fight? How'd you score it? And did Adrien Broner get robbed? Was the hood robbed of the next Floyd Mayweather? And Mayweather Pac too. I mean, do we want that? Manny Pacquiao calls out Floyd Mayweather. Floyd doesn't really acknowledge him in the stands, but all in all, who's watching it? Are we excited? I mean, yesterday I had some friends over in studio while we were watching, the fight, and they're like, man, that's gonna do, less than what it did the first time. I said, yeah, but less is still 2 million. Still 2.5. I mean, they did like 4 or 5 million. I think half still buys it. I think a lot of boxing fans buy, but we'll actually get a better gauge when if we see the numbers to Broner and Adrien Broner versus Manny Pacquiao, which was on Showtime pay-per-view. Obviously, we will have to discuss Marcus Browne defeating Badou Jack by unanimous decision, a nasty cut on the head of Badou Jack. Oh my God, the footage from the hospital. Insane. Listen, I thought I was queasy last night, bro. That Instagram clip of his forehead, I mean, I'll probably play it. Just ugly. But Marcus Browne wins, man. He wins. We questioned coming up to this, was he a prospect? Was he a contender? No more questions. I will say, look, I know that ESPN and DAZN are pretty much the same, but I think that I'm starting to think that I like DAZN a whole lot better. Just a whole lot better from the way that they categorize their fights. DAZN and Demetrius Andrade put on a show in New York City that Big Baby Miller was supposed to be on. Andrade main events it with Akavov, Artur Akavov, also known as Wolverine, who really didn't look like Wolverine this time. I don't know if he changed the haircut or whatever, but he just didn't fit the Wolverine title anymore. But Demetrius wins by really controversial stoppage and calls out Triple G. Do you want it? Does he get it? Pablo fucking Cesar Cano on the TBV Beating the Odds every Friday on patreon.com/The Boxing Voice. We discussed how this guy not that he was a live dog, but he was a live dog to go the distance. If you wanted to bet Linares going the distance, I swore up and down that Cano was tough and battle-tested enough that the bumming Linares wouldn't get past him. But sure enough, Linares proved me right over and over again. For the many years that I said he wasn't on the level people placed him, how does that win look for Vasyl Lomachenko now? When my man Pablo Cesar Cano comes out and first round stops him. First round. Now, I don't want to hear any bullshit about, oh, he moved up because 3 fights ago he fought at 140 and he scored a knockout. So knock it off, little fanboys out there. TJ Doheny, never heard of him, ever. How'd he get a title? No one knows. Sign the Matchroom and the story begins. He got I don't know, he won, he retained his title. I watched the fight, but it was like, I didn't know what I was watching, really. I really don't. I have to find out what exact weights these are, and how I gauge it usually is by the names of the fighters. I know this is, he does have an IBF Super Bantamweight title, but I always get confused with 115, 118, same thing like lightweight. You know, you always confuse 130, 135. It's easier to use numbers instead of weight classes, but I watched so much boxing, this intro is going to take long. I'm sorry. I did watch the Algieri and Daniel Gonzalez fight. I apologize to Daniel Gonzalez that we had him scheduled. We didn't get him on. But Algieri, you know, does what Algieri does, and we'll further, you know, get into that. Amanda Serrano also does what she does, captures her 7th division world title, stopping someone that I won't even butcher their name by first round stoppage. And, you know, it's just so much. Let me go ahead and bring in my co-host, because I mean, I think it was Ron that did this, but Jesus Christ, we'll be here for an hour if I try to get through this intro. Whoa. Say what? Go ahead and bring him in.
BoxingWords.com. I've been doing this. I ain't been up and fell off. I've been through the Lennox Lewis era, the Nassim Hamed era, the Sugar Shane Moses era, the Oscar De La Hoya era, Mark Anthony Barrera. I've been through all the eras, and I still been
How much you talking? You do too much talking. The thing is this:
people want their subjective preference to be the objective reality.
HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing.
BoxingWords.com.
Yes, of course, I did the title, but it was more just to break down what we were going to talk about. But to pick it up from there, we had Reshat Mate gets his first round stoppage. It was a prospect out in MSG, as well as Nkosi Solomon. After losing his first fight, maybe his wardrobe was a little bit better, but he won his second fight by unanimous decision. We also had an ESPN Plus card that rivaled the DAZN card. I was actually at Madison Square Garden, so I'll talk a little bit about that later on. But we had Oscar Rivas stopping Bryant Jennings in the 12th round. Think about that. Think about all the people Bryant Jennings has been tied to, from the Ortiz and the Wilder talks and all this stuff. And Oscar Rivas comes in and stops him. Shakur Stevenson crushes his opponent, Gonzalez, by 4th round stoppage. And Jason Sosa wins by unanimous decision. But on top of that, we have other discussions with potential heavyweight fights, Wilder Fury rematch rumors, Anthony Joshua, Big Baby Miller, Canelo Daniel Jacobs, rehydration clause, as well as Billy Joe Sanders potentially could be next for Demetrius Andrade. So many news, so many things. We just might as well just pass over to Mike and we'll start the show.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and missed. 2 to stand over.
Turn up.
Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
And I'm in.
BoxingWords.com.
Yes. Great weekend of boxing we had this past weekend. Them guys pretty much covered all the matches. But we did have a lot of stars and celebrities in the house last night for Pacquiao and Broner. And we had the heavyweight champ in there, and he had some words for Dillian Whyte. He feels like if Dillian Whyte comes to PBC, probably the best thing he will do in his career, and he'll be one step closer to getting that title shot that he wants. So Dillian Whyte was in Vegas and is a free agent for y'all who didn't know. But let's go ahead and begin the show.
Well, I guess we have to get with the biggest card of the weekend, Manny Pacquiao defeating Adrien Broner. We did a live fight chat. I mean, I scored it 10-2. maybe 10-3, but I don't even see 10-3. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this wasn't Fury Mayweather. Broner got, excuse me, Fury Wilder. Broner got no knockdown, so you know it isn't like there's no argument, you know, on whether or not he won more than 2 rounds. Like, you know, the argument with Wilder was, did he win more than 2 rounds outside of knocking down Fury? But honestly, I couldn't find more than 2, maybe 3 if I'm being, I don't know, generous to give Broner. But he called robbery. He's screaming robbery. I was actually gonna play this clip from what I perceive to be a pretty famous, I don't know, vlogger or Instagrammer or something. I posted it in the production chat. What's that guy's name? Mike, do you know him? No, yes, no, maybe so.
I don't think I know.
He's pretty big, I swear.
I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. I controlled the fight. He was missing. I hit him clean more times.
Adrien, what the fuck are you talking about, man? That dude beat your ass in that fight. What are you talking about? Like, we could see him hitting you. I know you said you're going to do this for the hood, but on behalf of the hood, I don't need you to do nothing else for us. We good, fam. Unless your strategy was to hit this nigga in the fist with your face, I don't see how you were scoring points. When were you winning? If you won the fight, explain this to me. When that nigga hit you with that left and sent you across the ring and then followed up with that combo, what were you looking at after that? Because it appears to me that you were looking for the exit. You know what I mean? Because Manny Pacquiao was in front of you, but you were looking way off in the distance. Looked like you were looking for the exit sign.
Yo, multiple times I've seen him looking for the clock, looking at the clock. He confused the exit sign with the clock. But tell me you heard of that dude. Come on, man.
Yeah. I know who he is.
I ran across him on Instagram before. He does everybody like that. He got.
He's cool, man. I don't think he that funny, but yeah, he cool.
He's pretty funny. I see him all the time.
He ain't no ha. He ain't no DC Young Fly. He ain't no.
I think he's definitely not a DC Young Fly, because DC Young Fly is almost like a stand-up comic. This guy is more like a reaction guy, but his reaction
with ha then. He not ha.
Nah, I think his reactions get really huge. If someone can help me get his name, I guarantee once we'll Google him, because I've looked him, I've looked him up before. So I guarantee if we find his name and we Google him, dude's getting numbers, bro. His reaction videos do big. This Broner's not the only one he's done. I've seen plenty of them. I thought he was big. I don't know, and I'm pretty much in a bubble.
Oh, this is Ryan Davis.
Ryan Davis. Look at that, and they got it off The Voice. They got it off The Voice, bro. Nah, man, he's pretty big. I think
he is big.
I mean, and he's self-made. I'm not saying he's fucking Tom Cruise or nothing like that. He's not Jamie Foxx. You know, this is the era of you know, social media making comedians. He's no different than that dude Tony Skits, right? Like, these dudes are self-made. Hey, Mike, stop hating, because one day they're gonna be talking about you like this, saying you were self-made. You that dude.
Who hating? I'm just saying, I don't think he's one of the. I just don't find him that funny.
I think he's funny, man.
I feel a lot of.
I think Ha way funnier. I think what's my Shiggy? I think he's funnier than this guy.
I mean, all right, whatever. He ain't funny. Was he right though?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I had it 8-4. I mean, yeah, I don't see how you had it 10-3, but we'll leave it at that.
My goodness,
I had 8-4-ish, 9-3.
I meant 9-3, 10-2. My mistake.
8-4-ish. Yeah, I can see 4 rounds to give the Browne.
Wow, really? 4?
Yeah.
Damn, 4. That's like Cotto Pacquiao 8-4. You wowing. You said that was close then.
The fight was close.
It was. I mean, 8-4. That was competitive. Shit. 8-4.
How much different is that from yours 9-3?
Nah, because my 9-3 is 10-2, but I won't argue if someone see 9-3. But I was like, you know, not really, right? Didn't I say that?
Maybe I'm wrong.
It's all good. I mean, you know.
Thank you, Basil Lomachenko.
That's smart.
9-3, maybe 8-4. Appreciate it.
Look, for the people in the chat that said 10-3, y'all tripping, because it's only 12 rounds. But
nah, they was laughing at this dumbass. Not
but look, I had
Mike taking them shots early. Okay, Mike.
My damn voice coming on.
I mean, listen. Wait a minute. Since you feeling so brave, break out the list, but there's one guy that doesn't need the list for this, right? And that's you. No? Aren't we correct on that? Should we not be serving you some crow? Did you not pick Adrien Broner? Or do you need the list to, figure that out?
Yeah, I picked Broner.
Okay. Mike,
Hold on.
I will.
Didn't you pick that boy Jennings?
Hold on, we ain't there yet. We
okay.
Yeah.
Slow down, Mike.
My bad. I mean, we serving crow to the panel.
No.
If we serving crow to the panel, let's don't get it out the way. Out the way.
Fam, are you so sensitive? Are you so butthurt?
I'm saying, why keep serving crow to the panel when we can go ahead and get the whole crow?
No. We talking about cards. We talking about cards and fights. Relax, homie.
Mike try to move over this Adrien Broner talk like he didn't put a 5 reasons Broner would beat Pacquiao.
And then I do 5 reasons why Pacquiao would beat Broner too. Then I make it even. Come on, Ron. Tell the whole truth, not half.
No, I didn't see that video. I'll take.
You're bad. You're bad.
Only half the truth sounds better than me.
Oh, he's gone already.
5 reasons. But what I will allow you to do, Mike, is
he's gone. He's gone.
Oh.
He hit that exit sign quick. He was looking at the clock.
You know what, my goddamn thing fucked this up. You know what I'm saying?
Ron said you was looking at the clock like Broner and you was gone. Hit the exit sign.
Look, I'm gonna be real PC and real nice though. Like for real. I'm from Ohio. I live in Ohio, and I appreciate what Browne has done for a lot of Ohio fighters like Robert Easter, Rau'shee Warren. He's opened up these opportunities for this. So I'll definitely give him that prop. Like I'll give him a lot of respect for what he did for Ohio boxing in general. But the scorecards that I had was 10-2. And there was one definitive round that I definitely comfortably say that Broner for sure won. So I don't see anyone who has if people had a shutout, I don't think that was right. But anything like this 8-4 that Mike saw, I think that is a far stretch. Broner didn't win more than 2-3 at max for me.
I'm gonna give you a prime example why my 8-4 should fly. Ness, when we were watching, when we were watching one card, I forget what it was, but 20 people came said it was for one person, and the other 19 said it was for one person, right down the middle. So what you see, Ron, I don't necessarily see, and what I see, you don't necessarily see. So 9-3, 8-4, I'm there. I mean, I'm not saying 7-5 or 6-6. No, not even close. But 8-4.
Mike, here's another stat. There's a lot of blind people in this world, and there's a lot of people that can see. So come on, that don't mean shit. But I get you, man. I get you, bro. Look, scoring is subjective. It's always gonna be. It doesn't matter the fight. I mean, I think most recently we should have taken notice of that with the Canelo series with Triple G. In one fight, Canelo was a boxer and got a draw, right? And then in the other fight, he played the role that Triple G didn't earn a win with, but got the win. So it's subjective, man. It's subjective. It's very difficult, yo. The best thing you could do is not leave it in the hands of the judges, simply. Which brings me to, I guess before we move on from the main event, will we ever see Manny Pacquiao knock someone out again, or is Adrien Broner just built like that? You ain't knocking out Adrien Broner.
He got a jaw. You see how flush that left hand landed that had him going across the ring? That motherfucker like landed on the button. I just think go ahead, Ron.
Oh no, I was agreeing with you. I think he has a great chin, and I think he thinks more defensive than offense. So when you get a fighter who's constantly on the defensive, it's going to cause more problems opposed to someone who probably wants to go head to head with someone like Manny Pacquiao.
And this may sound stupid, but even though he loses, I think he take pride in not getting knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like he been in there with McDonald, Sean Porter, Manny Pacquiao. All those guys got power. All the guys are big. I mean, Sean Porter not the biggest puncher, but
that's a secondary goal, man, that he uses as deflection.
I'm just saying. Some fighters have pride in not being knocked out, not being down.
Right. If you had enough pride, right? If you had enough pride in your body to tell yourself, I'm gonna have pride not to be knocked out, no matter what. You would use that same motivation and drive to say, I'm gonna win some fights. Get out of here, man.
And another thing I want to add too, and I noticed a little bit in the fight, he was like rubbing his nose. I didn't know if he got punched, but at the press conference, it was very visible that Manny Pacquiao was blowing his nose excessively. And thankfully, someone asked in the press conference, "Are you sick, Manny?" And he clarified he had a code. And I know Manny always has these "I'm sick" or "my arm" kind of stories, but that looked like he was generally sick. He had some sort of code or something at that press conference because he was blowing his nose heavily in that tissue.
Okay.
So does that mean Broner lost to a sick Manny Pacquiao as well?
I mean, sure. I mean, what's wrong with listening to somebody sick?
I mean, I don't care if he was sick or not.
It don't matter.
It ain't gonna matter. Yeah. I guess the next thing is, where do we go from here? If we're Team Pacquiao, what does he really want next? Have we gotten any indications, Ron? Has there been any headlines, not now, old, and I guess new, about what his schedule would look like? Do we know if he said 3 fights a year, or will we not see him till November? Because then that will help us, gauge what could be next for him.
I'm sure it's probably I didn't see anything, but I'm sure it's once the dust clears from all these other big mega fights. Mayweather's obviously someone that's been tied. They asked him on the intercom, had Mayweather do his thing, talking to the crowd. But there was also this big picture that Manny Pacquiao posted that had all these guys in there. If you guys haven't seen on Twitter, it had like Sean Porter in there, Mikey Garcia, had Adrien Broner, Mayweather, and was Errol Spence in there too? Either or, he had a whole bunch of PBC guys in there. He's been linked between Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence, maybe wanting to take the winner of that. Some people has been talking about, Danny Garcia. Sean Porter's been out doing interviews.
Dude, I would love that fight. Let me tell you, man. PBC flirted that fight on us a long time ago, and it feels like I've been robbed of that ever since they both had the little suits on, and Danny was like this. And for those watching on YouTube or listening on the podcast, I'm, mimicking, slicing my throat. It's kind of a throwback to face-offs, and they faced off, and we expected that one day. And I think that, dare I say it, fanboy am I still would pay for that. I paid for Pacquiao and Broner yesterday. Unlike Mike, who tried to find a stream at first, I paid for it, and I would pay.
So I didn't pay for it?
I said, unlike Mike, who
tried to find a stream at first, but he paid for it. Don't do half. Don't do half the truth, bro. You leave yourself out.
Mike, if I say at first.
No, you were very vague, homie. You're being very vague. Mike.
All right, so let's ask Ron. Ron, when I said at first, did that did I insinuate or did I lead you to believe that he didn't purchase it after and that he just stopped watching it? What did you interpret when I said, unlike Mike, who looked for a stream at first?
I was just waiting for you to finish. It's just
and then he just glossed over it, didn't he? Thank you.
Cut off Mike.
Thank you, right?
Meaning
Mike,
that I can't speak on that. I was just letting him talk. I'm a listener, so I didn't know where it was going.
It's okay, man. I know you
defensive today. I see it, man.
I'm not being defensive, bro. You just leaving like you told me the
Broner.
No, like you told me last week, Mike.
You feeling like you're gonna have the world against you? I'm not against you, Mike.
No, I'm not saying you are, but like you told me last week, you can't tell people half the truth. Tell them the whole truth.
It's okay for you to pick Broner, bro. It's not.
Hey, I won 300 last night. I'm good.
Hey,
I'm happy, baby.
Hey, Mike, you bought the pay-per-view, right? Mike, you bought the pay-per-view. You went out. You supported.
Yeah, of course.
AB, Manny Pacquiao, the Philippines.
Everybody got support.
All that.
Well, yeah. Let me get back to my point. My point was I would support financially the purchase of a Broner versus Danny Garcia pay-per-view. I still would. Even after that fight, I still would, especially since guys like Mike are saying things like, oh, he prides himself on not being knocked out. Well, then let's see, could he take Danny's left hook? I think Danny would have a different approach than Pacquiao. I think that style for Pacquiao just doesn't work. Raise your hand if you didn't like Pacquiao's performance. Yeah, he won, but I wasn't pleased.
Yeah, when you look at the numbers landed, I was making jokes with the chat. It looked like a heavyweight fight. It was like 100-something punches, like 105 or something landed, 50-something from Broner. It wasn't a very overwhelming landed punch output. And I think the defensive style that Broner was doing, Manny Pacquiao was maybe eagerness to maybe knock out. And of course, he's older, so it wasn't this overwhelming performance, but that's just matchmaking right there. So maybe Manny Pacquiao might do better with someone who's a little bit more stationary, come forward, and Manny Pacquiao can probably get more of those punches off and be more exciting, like the Matisse fight. So this exciting fight to watch. I agree.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good fight for Manny. After last night, I mean, I don't know how soon he plans on coming back, but if he was sick last night, I mean, that's even more credit to him because he did look good last night in 9-3-8-4, however you got it. I'm saying I can't really argue with you, but go ahead, Ron, because I see you unmuted yourself.
Well, no, I was gonna say I definitely could say one thing I did notice is Manny Pacquiao was doing a lot of body work in that fight, maybe a little bit more than we're used to, because I felt like at that point it was body shot after body shot after body shots. You know, I think that was probably part of the game plan because they know Broner's a counterpuncher and was probably trying to time and wait. But those body shots, did it seem like it was taking effect? Like Broner was still able to be very mobile across the whole fight.
And that was like one thing that surprised me from Broner, but was his mobility. And Pacquiao was doing a good job going to the body, but I just don't. I don't know, man. I just maybe that was like part of his game plan because we know Broner is like kind of stationary. Or maybe he was trying to get him to that point because he was moving.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely.
I think. I'm sorry, Ron.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Because obviously, I was gonna actually, hit the clutch and shift gears, downshift into the second fight in Marcus Browne. So you could wrap it up if you got anything else for the Broner Pat.
No, we can just shift it. We just don't have to play the waiting game. We won't have to watch all these other fights and see what the PBC boys take their fighters next.
Yeah, I think if you're Pacquiao, you wait for winner of Earl versus Mikey, and you take Mikey if he loses. You don't want Earl. You take Mikey, you get that Mexican, you get another fight. Even though that's going to be a tough fight for Pacquiao. I don't know. I want to see Pacquiao again. But this last fight was hard for me to assess. I thought I was going to see a more spectacular performance.
Let me ask you a question. If he would have knocked out Broner, would that made the Mayweather fight more possible?
I don't know if it would have made the Mayweather fight more possible, but it would have definitely made me more of a fan of this return of Manny Pacquiao. Right now, I'm trying to strategically matchmake him because I don't know if he's going to take a loss in his next fight. So do we build him back up the right way so that we can get one last grand stand from him, or do we just throw him in there with the winner of Mikey Earl? Or does Al have a better plan? Is it Thurman that gets the torch?
That's what I was going to say, because we know the WBA regular and WBA super, they don't normally call mandatories, but it happened
for a big name.
Thank you,
Joshua,
and it happened for
Jacobs and Jacobs.
Thank you. So that is entirely possible. Will Keith take this fight? I mean, he'll be crazy not to, right?
He always wanted this fight. Everybody's always asked for this fight.
Okay.
Who doesn't want this fight? Who doesn't want this fight? You know what I'm saying?
Everybody should want it at 147. To be honest with you, I mean,
look at the eyeballs that it gets on you.
I sold out MGM last night.
Yeah, I mean, the production was pretty cool. I like the ring entrances, but
speak on that though. Adrien Broner, hats out to you, brother.
Yeah, he had a spectacular ring walk. He had the whole the mask and stuff. Like, that's pay-per-view. It's important to win these fights. Sold out MGM, grand entrances, celebrities.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to downshift to this Badou Jack and Marcus Browne.
Yeah, man. I'll go ahead and take my crow. I picked Browne. Badou on the show.
Me too.
Three of them.
All right, that was for all three. Since it's all three, I will say, obviously, I picked Badou to win here on the show, but on our private show on Patreon, patreon.com/The Boxing Voice, on Beating the Odds with TBV, because it's not a me, a you, it's us and a we thing. And together we find the right pick to make the right money. And as Mike said, he won 300 and some change. I won 200 and some change. And my true pick when it comes to cha-ching was Marcus Browne. And I got him at a plus 500. And I was very happy with his performance, very happy to be a winner. But wow, he showed levels. We had a live fight chat, so if you want, our blow by blow, you can check that out on iTunes, iHeart, Stitcher, everywhere, Spotify. But in short, he did his thing. I was happy with Marcus Browne. He really did his thing. He showed that he belonged on that level, and he also showed that there wasn't levels between him and Badou, that he truly belonged there. His composure, the way, and even with all the blood, I mean, dude, I don't know what I would have done with that amount of blood. I think I would ask them to stop the fight. I'm just like that type of dude. Yo, I don't want your blood, especially not in my mouth, eyes, all. What the fuck, dude?
That was a lot of blood from that gash.
It was like a Saw movie, man. It was.
Yeah, it was a horror movie.
It was a Saw movie. It was.
And like you stated, Badou Jack had a tremendous cut man in his corner, and he still couldn't get that blood stopped.
He couldn't get that all. He couldn't get that to stop.
But back to the fight though, I think Marcus Browne definitely showed levels. He was very surprisingly impressive, because what he did to Badou last night, working the jab, when he threw punches, he threw them in combinations that were so beautiful. Body shot.
That affected him the most was those combination punches. That affected Badou the most.
Body shots, then finish it off to the head or finish it off to the body. Every time he was in range, he threw a combination that bagged Badou Jack up. And I mean, I don't know how much of the effect the cut had on Badou, but it was affecting his vision toward the later half of the fight. We all thought the fight was going to get called, but being in Nevada, you're going to fight till you're dead, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Good Lord.
I thought Marcus Browne in the beginning of the fight, before the cut, and everyone paints all these other narratives, that he looked tremendous. He had great combinations. He was able to beat Badou to the punch, and his setups were very nice. I mean, there was times where I was just like, all right, that's the first round, but maybe Badou can get a little bit more. But no, Marcus Browne was full control. So
did it surprise you that Marcus was so much bigger than Badou?
Well, that's where I was gonna go. Like, I'm gonna go play the other side now, because we all think Marcus Browne did good in that fight. Now let's just talk about some of the things, some of the naysayers, and some of the things that we have to bring up. Obviously, Badou Jack is older, a lot smaller. There was a big weight difference between the two guys, and at that point, you kind of saw reminiscing strategy from Badou from the Adonis Stevenson fight, where it looked like he wanted to kind of drag him to the late rounds, kind of bully him and try to beat him up and tire him out. It didn't work this time. Looking at this fight, was Badou still very elite at this, or was that Adonis Stevenson fight with him and Badou? That was a 40-year-old guy. Badou was a little bit older, been in a little bit more type of fights like this, smaller guy. Are we thinking this is the end of Badou Jack? Was that not a good Badou Jack we saw last night? Was that Marcus Browne just fighting
I believe
someone?
that was just a better Marcus Browne, because Badou, to me, even though he was losing the fight, he was always aggressive. He was leading the aggression, and he was always coming forward. So it didn't seem like he was like overly in trouble, even with that cut. I can only remember one round where we're like, damn, Badou kind of rocked. You know what I'm saying? He was on one leg a little bit, but other than that, Badou looked like he was right in the fight. It's just that cut had so much blood pouring down his face. I mean, you gotta say that it affected him in some way, because we seen him wiping his eye. It's a clip that's floating around the internet where he literally shook his face and blood just went everywhere. Like, he tried to get out. I mean, it's crazy, man. It was gory. It was seen out of the movie, but Marcus Browne did show levels. And hey, man, I rode with you, baby. I won with you, baby.
The most interesting fight that now, obviously, Badou Jack has been very vocal, bringing in Teddy Atlas's name, both from Staten Island. A little bit of a background story. They were putting out in the media and the relationships from the gym and where their connections comes. But yo, he really sounded like he wants that Alexander fight very, very bad.
Now
And
I'm confused. Was this like a mandatory for that belt or for the WBA belt? Because I seen him have the WBA belt too.
well, I think I can't remember, actually, to be completely honest. I don't know. But either or at that point, if it was for the
Yo, but those were
WBA,
not like official straps. It was like a silver
A
and
silver, but
continental.
they did say like this fight is like a
is it an
final.
interim WBC? Is that
It's
what it
something
is?
like that, man. I know it's supposed to be like the next step to be a mandatory for a certain title. I just don't know which one
I
it
think it
is.
might be for the WBC. Either or, though, if it's for WBA, WBC, Bivens fighting Joe Smith Jr. So Alexander is going to be the most makeable fight. He's available now after Adonis Stevenson, and he really wants to test himself. And I think that would be a very interesting fight because based off what Alexander did to Adonis Stevenson, how he moved, and how Badou was the smaller guy moving up, kind of a little flat-footed. Maybe he's a little past his prime now. I want to see that fight because that's really going to show me levels. If he fights a Bivol, if he goes to WBA, if he fights Alexander, I know there was times where he wanted to Sergey Kovalev, so Leader Alvarez and Kovalev is fighting again in a rematch. I think those three fights right there is really going to show how good Marcus Browne truly is. But it was a great performance last night,
Hey,
regardless of Badou.
Danny said it was for the WBA regular and the WBC diamond, and he said he wants to get on, but I just don't know why he don't link up. But going back to a super chat that we have from New Money, Browne held Badou too much, made it less entertaining. I didn't think he held over the excessive.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't
But
remember
man,
that.
back to that cut though, man. You see the stitches that he got?
Yes.
That was a cut, and they like they said if they keep on opening, it's gonna like split down like a zipper, and his nose gonna fall off.
And that was due to a headbutt, correct?
Yeah,
That was a
yes,
headbutt.
hard headbutt at that.
And it gave Browne a target all night to punch, which is a veteran, very smart move. Badou had to be more defensive when he wanted to be more offensive, and Marcus Browne took full advantage of that.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to Marcus Browne, man. Great fight last night from him. Let's move on to this Rau'shee Warren and Nordine
Very,
Oubaali.
very sad, man. Very sad that fight didn't go the way I thought. The betting odds got it right. I got to eat crow. Did I pick him on the show as well?
Yeah.
Got
crow too.
Got to eat that crow.
Both of y'all eating crow. I didn't pick him.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, that was for me and Ron. Look, I still feel justified in my pick. I didn't see Nordine outclass him. I'm going to Google and pass the ball, find out who else is in this division and how Nordine is going to stack up. I don't think Oubaali is that big a shit. He was perceived as a puncher, couldn't even drop Warren. Warren was standing straight up in these exchanges because he had absolutely no fear. And he was just really trying to win, but he doesn't have the power. I mean, he hit this dude with so many right hooks. It just didn't work. It just didn't work. And obviously the pressure of Nordine is an issue. Warren and Broner have the same disease, and it stems from not letting your hands go. And it causes you to lose fights. I wish that Warren would have, because I bet on him. I thought that he would be able to get it done, but he didn't. And we'll see what's next for Oubaali.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. This is definitely an interesting division because the World Boxing Super Series. I'll help you out, Ness. This is that Nonito Donaire, a new way, his brother as well, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Solani Tete, even I think Ryan Burnett.
Ryan Burnett,
too.
yes.
Even so, it's a very stacked division if you follow this weight class. So Rau'shee Warren definitely needed this fight, and I thought that when he was fighting Nordine, he didn't look that great either compared to these other guys that I saw in this weight class. Definitely a lot of props in my opinion. I definitely thought he out-hustled, outperformed He definitely deserves to win. There was no controversy in there. A little disappointing, Rau'shee Warren, considering the fact that you see these highlights of him, very fast hands, very talented, been in the Olympics 3 times, experience. He fought Regendao. You know, this is his second time fighting Nordine, and it was a very close fight in the Olympics. So he had a little experience in there, and he's fought better opponents as a professional, in my opinion. So coming into this fight, I favored him. Nordine definitely deserved the win. He's definitely someone we can't overlook now. But guys like Luis Nery in here, this is a very stacked division. So I don't know how long he's going to hold that belt, because he's going to have a mandatory against one of the brothers of anyway. So.
And Nordine is with Roy Jones, who might end up taking this belt to the UFC, right? Because I seen Roy Jones in the corner. I seen Roy Jones training him. I wonder if Roy Jones is managing him. We'll bring you, more on that later, just to give you, some sort of gauge and who's in this division. First and foremost, I want to say, wow, Nordine jumped up. I could have sworn when we talked about this Thursday, he was nowhere in the top 10, and now he's number 6.
On BoxRec?
Yep, with this win. And poor Warren, who was in the top 10, drops to the 15. But from 15 being
real
Warren,
quick, just piggybacking on that, Roy Jones. Raquel Miller is on Roy Jones' card on January 31st.
Left field. So Payano, Jamie McDonald. I never heard of Omar Andres Navarez. Carlos Cuadras is there. Ryan Burnett, Mark John Yap, never heard of him. John Maloney, slightly heard of him. Emmanuel Rodriguez, don't know him. Nordine Oubaali, Takuma Inoue, Nonito Donaire, Zolani Tete, and Inoue. No, what is that one? What is the monster's name? Naoya?
Anyway.
No. No I? Naoya is Inoue? This is another Inoue, Ron.
That's the monster. Just call it the monster. I can't.
What's that first name? Whatever. And Luis Nery sitting at the top. All right. So who else? So this is my complaint, right? Before we move on, because this is exactly why we're gonna move on, right? There's no one else to talk about on this card, was there?
Yeah, I mean Ruiz, but he disappointed me, so it's not really worth talking about. I forget his first name, John Ruiz or something like that. He fought the guy that came in on late notice because Manny Pacquiao's fighter couldn't make the weight.
Yeah, that was the big disappointment, because he had a big opportunity.
Can you guys help me with the names here? I mean,
Jack Tempora missed weight, and I forget the guy's name that came in, but he ended up going to the distance, which was a big letdown for John Ruiz or something of Ruiz.
He knocked him down. It was, I mean, honestly, that wasn't even supposed to be on the card. Jack was supposed to be on the card, and he missed the weight by like 7 pounds or something like that, which is kind of mind-blowing, because, I mean, I don't know if they were really trying to make the weight, but at a certain point, man, maybe you need to make a phone call and say, I'm sorry, man, I can't make that weight, because missing the weight by like 7 pounds or something like that is crazy.
Yes,
So
sir.
he needs to move up in weight, make that better, because I think he was getting paid a lot of money too. He was on primetime pay-per-view. I mean, the amount of people, I want to switch gears. The amount of people that saw this fight, I've actually felt this was very, very big. The amount of people I know that didn't watch boxing, very casual about the sport, had memes all about the sport. I mean, about this event. I've seen the Soldier Boy meme was the.
Oh my God, Ron, you bad, Ron.
Yeah, you know,
hey, you a bad motherfucker, bro. I thought like this Ron had me dying laughing.
So it was definitely viral. You know, every person I knew knows Manny Pacquiao. A lot of people were talking about Adrien Broner on my timeline. So this was a big fight. He messed up. That was a big opportunity, man.
And
I'm curious how many pay-per-view fights was this.
And that's why we'll see AB again, just because the reason right there, people always talk about him. People always tune into him. And like he said at his press conference, y'all gonna watch me fight again no matter what. It is what it is. We're gonna see. We gonna see. But you ready to move on to that Demetrius Andrade card?
No. Because before we segue, I want to do it this way, right? Because before we get to DAZN, I want to say what I disliked about the pay-per-view and why I do like DAZN so much better when it comes to ESPN and Showtime. I'm sorry.
Here it
goes. I pulled up the box rec. So somebody named Vidal Raleigh was on this card. Mike, you know this guy, Destine Butler. You've interviewed him. Desmond German, also I think you've interviewed. Those are two more fighters that were on this card. Jaylard Ensign, never heard of him. On this card, George Cambroso, signed to Lou DiBella. I've been hearing about this dude for 5 years. I've never watched him box. I think I watched him box one time. He's been my Manny's sparring partners for like the last 5 years. He's from Australia. I've never got to watch him box, if not one time, maybe. Hugo Reyes.
There you go.
He's the one that got on the telecast with Albert Guevara. So when I purchased my $75 HD pay-per-view on my Comcast Xfinity cable, tells me that the fights will start at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. When I turn it on, I'm forced to watch weigh-ins, all accesses, interviews. Why are you not giving me Vidal, Destine, Desmond, George Cambroso? Because you're fucking idiots, that's why.
Do they know who Vidal is?
I don't know who he is, but that's the whole point.
That's the problem.
On DAZN, you get to know. And now I'll segue to DAZN, who claims to have unlimited bandwidth, who claims to, not care about airing the fight because they care about the on-demand, yet Nkosi Solomon's fight was not aired, it was not shown, it's not on demand. And
it wasn't?
Sosa's fight. So already 3 months into their business, they're changing their model.
That's
and
the
thing that I love the most about DAZN, they're slowly changing. I will admit there was still many undercards on the DAZN card that I did watch. I did watch Amanda, and I did watch,
Chris Algieri,
TJ Doheny, and all these people, Chris Algieri. Like, I got to watch that, and I was happy to watch that. And Showtime needs to fucking pay attention. I want to watch it. I don't want to watch All Access. That's what the fuck I'm paying $10 a month to Showtime for. I don't need to. Why you forcing it down my throat? Fake views and shit. I don't want that. I don't want the weigh-in. I want the fights. It's people in the fucking arena. They're fighting. You're already paying referees and judges to take care of that shit. Give us the footage. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. And for DAZN, they're stupid and they're liars too, because they told me I would get it. And I didn't get to see Nkosi. So what? I'm invested. It cost me $100 to get to New York City and Park and see Nkosi and the rest of the fucking DAZN crew. Put them on television. Fake television. It's not even fucking television. I don't get it. Why is not there? Whatever. That's my rant.
Damn, I did not know Nkosi Solomon and
bro, I even called the trainer, and the trainer said, bro, I don't know, man. That's fucked up. They didn't even show my son, and I wanted my son to get seen because I'm trying to get him a DAZN deal. It's like, bro, what type of shit is this? Like, it don't make no sense.
ESPN Plus showed their whole card.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. I'm cutting you off, but it's more than just me complaining. Nkosi Solomon lost his debut. So he allegedly, I'm gonna have to Google it now, but he allegedly was facing the dude that beat him. Motherfucker, his story there. Why are you not letting us see him defeat adversity?
They're the same dude?
Allegedly, I gotta check now because we ain't get to watch it. Now we gotta see, did the dude pull out? Does he want more money? We didn't get to watch it.
I'm gonna be eating good over the last month and a half, 2 months, whatever. Golly. But yeah, man. Now I didn't even really.
I mean, to be honest, Ness, I don't think he was.
I was finna say because that dude looked flabby.
It was supposed to be. And that's the point. We didn't get to know. And if me and you don't debate it and Google it, we won't know.
Because I was walking in the arena at that time after the press conference. So I didn't get to actually see the fight, but it didn't look like the same guy.
Ron, you on Wi-Fi? Because I'm gonna kill you. You know,
He is.
this week.
He killing me. He said,
I am.
So the zone card, man. Let's start from the bottom to the top, I guess. Right.
I mean, you can. I didn't watch the zone card at all because it came on the same time as the ESPN Plus card, and that card was a lot better, in my opinion.
How did it come on? No, it did.
Yeah, because the on the
that
card
was Friday for ESPN as well.
On the card started at 6. I watched the whole undercard.
So you fake boxing fan? You didn't go back and watch this?
I mean, after I seen the stoppage of the Demetrius Andrade, I was like, okay. And then Cano beat the Linares. After that, it was just like, yeah.
You didn't go back and watch any of this though? Amanda Serrano, Chris Algieri.
Oh, you was busy.
Yeah. I did see the Chris Algieri fight though. The Chris Algieri fight went the distance. It was kind of shocking too.
You watched that? How'd you just end up on that Chris Algieri?
Because it was when ESPN Plus went off at 9 and they came back on at 9:30. So we had time because
all good.
We're on the FaceTime.
Ron, you watched it, right? You were live actually.
I was there. I saw everything past Nkosi Solomon, so I saw the Reshat Mate.
I got to see Reshat Mate. Now check how the lineup was. Mate went first, then Julian Sosa, who's Mate's trainer. Right, Julian Sosa is Mate's trainer's son, and he went after Mate and got no airtime. But I see Mate; he looked great, but he was in there with someone. Obviously, he's supposed to look great versus, but the way that he handled it, the way that he went about the win, still committing to the body, you know, the lateral movement, the big uppercuts, the nice overhand rights. The kid is just the goods so far. I was happy to see him look good and you know, progress. So again, first 15 fights, if you're not rushing it, Lomachenko, Rigondeaux style, and any other Joe Joyce type of dude, first 15 fights are supposed to be developmental. They're supposed to be like this. You know, they put the pins in front of you, you knock them over. When you stop knocking them over, then they know there's a problem. So I'm happy with Reshat Mate's performance. How about you?
Yeah, I thought he looked good there. Obviously, it's supposed to be a showcase fight, but he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He went to the body, he got some headshots, and he got him out. I mean, at that point, it was a pretty good performance. A lot of people in the crowd enjoyed it. So just move him the way he is and continue to give him tougher opponents so he can progress to be a better fighter. I think it's a good prospect. I enjoyed it a lot. Good sign for DAZN.
Yeah, he's an entertainer too. Entertainer. And it seems to have a following. He's playing up to his Albanian heritage. Looks like the crowd is there for him. He's selling tickets. I'm happy for him. We'll see what happens. Sosa, he gets the win. We could only tell you it was a win. We didn't get to see it. Algieri, on the other hand,
Sosa wasn't live either.
No, I guess he wasn't live. I saw
Damn.
That's right. You did see it. How'd that look?
I mean, he was looking good. I mean, he was landing good body shots as well, following up from Reshat Mate. The fight went a little bit longer, but from my understanding, he stopped his opponent. I think the opponent quit in the corner. So his opponent was showboating a little bit. He was trying to act like he was trying to frustrate Sosa, but Sosa wasn't having it. And eventually he bullied his way in and just started beating him up. He quit in the corner from my memory. So congrats on him. Chris Colbert was out there too to show support.
Big up Little B-Hop.
Yeah, Little B-Hop was in the building. Maurice Hooker was there too. There was a whole press conference before that.
Yeah, so y'all want to move on to that Chris Algieri fight? He made that fight tougher than what I thought it had to be for him.
I mean, yeah, but you heard his excuse, and I believed him. He needs a full training camp. You know, Chris Algieri had a lot of managerial issues. He was sitting it out.
He was trying to get out of the contract, but he ended up. Who's the name of that promotion company?
Star Boxing.
There you go again.
Couldn't get out, and so he's with DAZN and with Star. So you know he's got to get his feet wet, man. He's gotta get some fights under him. I don't know. Are they going to give him that over at DAZN right away? Because it seemed like he was, a potential Maurice Hooker fight, as Linares was a potential Maurice Hooker fight, who we'll talk about later. So I don't know. Algieri needs another fight. I always liked Algieri. I picked him to beat Ruslan. I picked him to beat Pacquiao. I know he didn't beat Pacquiao, but I say it so that you know that I still like Algieri. You know what I'm saying? I thought that his right hands would do something to Pac. I guess not, right? Hey, he did show he had a chin, man. He got up 6 times. You know what I mean? Other people don't. So that's why I still fuck with him. And I really, really enjoy his boxing skill. When he first started that Ruslan fight, he showed he had some phenomenal wheels. And wheels are legs in boxing. And having legs are a great defensive mechanism. Rau'shee Warren used it, but he didn't, use the combination of the legs with fucking lifting your hands up, just raise your hands a bit. And that's why Rau'shee ate a lot of right hooks, but whatever, getting off topic. Yeah, man. Definitely okay with Algieri's performance. I understand what this is, he says he needs a full training camp for the next fight. Let's see, can he get it? And do we see a difference? His losses only come to the top, to the very best. We sit here and criticize, or excuse me, not criticize, but we sit here and debate whether or not, Earl will beat Crawford or not. So that's who he lost to, Earl, Pacquiao, and who else? Earl, Pacquiao, Khan. Not one that I like. I wish Algieri hunts a Khan rematch down, I swear.
He might get it.
He gave Khan all he can handle. I'm telling you, he gave Khan all he can handle in that fight. But yeah, man, whatever. Anybody else on the Algieri before we move on to Amanda Serrano?
I was gonna say Chris Algieri. It was definitely known that he did not look good at the arena. The crowd didn't like the scorecards. He was getting hit a lot at that point. And Mark Breland was there. I was talking with Mark Breland when we were watching the fight, and he was like, "This dude is getting hit a lot." It was shown that if it was a training camp, his layoff, he also does a lot of things outside of it. He's a nutritionist. He cooks for people. I know this is a boxing show, but following that day, he was also in a corner of a UFC fight over at Barclays. So Chris Algieri is definitely a person who's involved in a lot of things. So hopefully
Chris
you can get
Algieri
a camp.
he ain't playing. He out here getting that bread. He was.
I'm sure
he
he
was
worked for Danny Jake. He's
night,
work.
And then he went. He was a corner man for a UFC fight the following night. Shout out Chris Algieri, man.
And he's gonna be. I'm sure he's gonna be working at Danny Jacobs' Canelo too. You got to think like this man does
That's
a lot
why
of
he
stuff.
looked like shit. Well, he didn't really look like shit. He just ain't get the knockout. That's the problem. He was meant to get the knockout. He didn't get it. It was a former sparring partner. They knew each other, so he was meant to get the knockout. He didn't get it.
True.
Moving on, what else do we got? We got on the undercard also Amanda Serrano. Look, man, I'm skimming over this one. I'm sorry, Naja in the UK.
She's too big. She's just too big.
A one round fight. I'm not gonna go the Ron route.
Too big.
Too big, in my opinion. If you make the weight, you don't get any criticism from me. If you can't make the weight, that's when you get the criticism. But if you are sacrificing, like she did, to get from 140 to 115, and you rehydrate to whatever she did, which was, I don't think was announced, but Ron was there. Maybe he can tell us. Whatever she rehydrated to, that is her advantage for her suffering and her sacrifice. So
I'm just saying, I just saw the size difference, and
she huge.
And all I said was in my brain was, for women boxing, get the knockout, because that's what women boxing needs. More knockouts to put a stamp. And that's probably going to be a Katie Taylor her in the future. So good job for Serrano, man.
I don't know. I know probably leaves it open for not happening as well. But I think
don't forget about Jessica McCaskill either. She's on that DAZN roster too.
I was gonna go down the fact that, look, we just thought we were gonna get Kelbrook Khan, with Eddie signing. We don't know what signing means anymore. We thought Luis Ortiz would get a shot when Eddie signed him as well. Just because you sign someone and there's a perceived fight there, like Gamboa, Lopez,
I mean, let's give Eddie some credit. He did get Jacobs a big fight.
He got Jacobs a big fight?
Yeah, or a Canelo fight.
Okay. So TJ Doheny is Doheny, right? Doheny. I don't know. He faced Takahashi. Nah, he ain't Takahashi. He's just Takahashi. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. I got to see Doheny versus somebody. I don't know this dude Takahashi. So
They're
whatever.
trying to set him up with Daniel Roman. That's pretty much the fight that they're
Yeah.
gonna be a unification. WBA.
I just want to put this into perspective. Doheny, if I'm not mistaken, was a fuck. It escaped me. His true profession, not his true. That's wrong. What he was gonna go back to, because the storyline of the DAZN card was Doheny TJ. Let's go with TJ. Could not find what he was looking for in the boxing world, so he was gonna go back home to his family and do his regular 9 to 5. I don't remember what that was. Do you, Ron?
Unfortunately, I didn't get to see the
telecast. Yeah, and Mike is absolutely no help. But I just wanted to bring it into perspective, man. It's like Bryant Jennings, right? Bryant Jennings was like a boiler mechanic, you know, not pedigree. So just saying. Linares was on this card and suffered a first round, 2 knockdowns in the first round knockout.
I thought it was 3. Is it 2?
Oh,
I thought it was 3.
It was 3? Sheesh.
He dropped his ass 3 times from what I was remembering looking at the ringside.
Bro, this one literally was cliche. Okay. I'm on the phone with Pittsburgh Brew. And he's like, bro, Linares, what do you think? What do you think? And I'm going through the same shit we said on the show. And I missed the fight. I had to go back and watch it. I missed the fight on that phone call. That's how fast it happened. It was crazy. I cannot believe Pablo Cano knocked this dude out. Like, I thought everything in me told me Pablo would last the 12 and, you know, make it.
This bum ass nigga Linares, man. What the fuck, bro?
Well, this sums up Linares, though. If you look at his career,
I sit here and asked you, Ness. Damn it. I asked you, bro.
Ness told you Thursday.
I said, is there any way Cano beat Linares?
And I gave you all the backstory you needed.
Like, oh, man.
I gave you all the backstory. I told you 2 nobody ass niggas came out of nowhere and beat his ass and knocked him out. And you always ignored it. When he fought Vasil, you try to say I was crazy. So get the fuck out of here. I gave you plenty of backstory. I gave you plenty of facts.
I wasn't on the betting show, but I was on Thursday.
That's on a fucking parlay. Get out.
I was on Thursday, and you told the odds. You told that because I remember specifically you were saying negative 37. I was like, damn, that's not that bad.
I negative. I said he was a plus 30.
Oh, plus, my bad, plus
decision and a plus 2100 by knockout. I told people. I said, yo, Cano. I even mentioned that he fought Paulie. Like, people just choose not to listen.
And that was the fight that many people thought Paulie.
You ain't say he fought Paulie. You ain't say he fought Paulie.
I did.
Run it back on the audio. You ain't say that.
Thursday, we talked about it. We talked about Sugar Shane. I don't know if we talked about the Sugar Shane, but we talked about the Paulie. I brought up Eric Morales. We did talk about this.
Man, look, Mike just a hater, and it's all good because I'm gonna go right here to my Instagram. Probably gonna be hard to find, but I'm gonna look for that motherfucker. You watch. Somebody already sent me. They bet $2 on Cano. Know what I'm saying? Oh, they sent it to you too, huh? Yeah, where you think he got the idea for that at? Fuck out of here.
Because you brought up the odds, you ain't telling nigga to bet.
Man,
if you told him
no,
bet,
no, he did because I was only on the Thursday show. I heard all this.
Dog, Mike, did we talk about Christopher Rosales versus Shakur and how and all the fights Rosales lost and was good at versus Shakur? No, we didn't because we knew Shakur was gonna knock his dumb ass straight the fuck out. We didn't. We spent time on Cano because of his durability. You chose to ignore it. Get out of here. Anyway, Demetrius also shit the bed, in my opinion, bro. Like, I'm so tired of this. I like him. I want him to get a shot. God knows I want him to get a shot. I've been riding with him for forever. He knows it too. But, bro, he not keeping me watching the fight. Like, I want to.
He got that killer instinct in his head, I don't think, bro.
I don't know, but he makes me want to do other shit. I'm watching Instagram.
Me, Javi, and my guy Jay Hardcore were all on the phone talking to the same. I said, bro, I like Andrade, but if he ain't fighting nobody good, his fights just get boring after a while.
Hey, y'all FaceTimed me when I was at the fight. Like,
oh yeah, Ron. Matter of fact, Ron was on there too. Ron was at the fight, FaceTiming us because the fight was that entertaining.
You know what it was? And everyone in the media section was saying it too. And it was the phrase of the night. Demetrius Andrade will win the fight, but he will lose tonight. He will lose to the fans. He will lose to the people there, lose to the viewership, because I was there. You know, I think Demetrius Andrade is unbelievably talented. I enjoy
No. You know what? You know what? Hold on, bro. Everyone says that. The telecast said that. How talented he is, how spectacular. So why he ain't handling these dudes? When they said that about Triple G, he was knocking dudes block off. When we say that about Earl, he taking them out. Why he ain't doing that?
Because when you're that talented, and that much better than everybody that you're fighting, sometimes the shit get boring, bro.
It ain't never I'm just boring when Floyd was winning. I'll tell you.
I mean, because Floyd is just a whole nother creature, man. A whole nother creature. But some of these guys, they're just so much better than everybody else. They don't take these guys seriously, and that seemed like what I mean. I don't want to say he didn't take them serious, but he took them as he came, and he knew he was going to win. And
I think it was the person he was fighting. Like if he was doing this to Danny Jacobs, maybe the appreciation can go up.
Exactly.
You know, and then you can see more, because when a great fighter faces another great fighter, they're put in positions where they have to do things where you don't truly get to see in other fights, like Floyd versus Canelo, Floyd versus all these other guys. He was in some sort of fights where you get to see him step up and rise to the occasion and showcase some of the talented things that you don't often see him face other guys. And when you see him face the other guys, you would get upset with Floyd if you don't knock them out or get him out the way. Like Baldomir Floyd, like you kind of want to see him knock out Baldomir, you know, because you felt that his level was so much better. And this, I don't know. I just think Demetrius Andrade is talented, and I think this was a fight where it was set up for him to not get a controversial, questionable stoppage, just where this fight came about. I mean, I was there. I didn't think
I didn't even realize he got the stoppage. I mean, I've seen it. I heard it when it happened, but I keep on forgetting that he got a stoppage and not a 12 round decision.
Stopped it for no reason. Like he just jumped in, like yo. But that's what he did. He saved us. He was like, man, fuck that, bro. We done. Nobody want to watch this.
In the 12th round, though, my nigga,
with 37 seconds left,
he saved us.
Yo, he wanted to get his check. He was done. I mean, he's like, bruh, man, I gotta use the bathroom, man. Y'all playing games. That's what he said. I'm telling you, bro. Like, it don't even make no sense. I'm saying, I'm sorry, bro. I am sorry, okay? I am sorry, because I don't want to be saying none of this shit. But like,
it's true.
Bro, you just got handed to Willy Wonka. You one of the few that made it out of that Star Boxing promotion contract. Then you sign to Eddie, who need fighters. Then you in your first Eddie Hearn fight, it's a tough one. Your ass is against the wall. You got to fight Billy Joe Saunders, your first fucking assignment on DAZN. And what happens? The boxing gods fucking part the seas again and bring up the WBA belt. Whatever belt they got this motherfucker, they brought that shit up from the abyss, motherfucker. That shit sailed across the motherfucker. That shit flew across the skies with a dove and landed in motherfucking Rhode Island, and they gave him that shit. Okay? And then on top of that, you get to win that versus Akinwande, who really sounds like that basketball player, but I don't watch basketball enough to remember. I wasn't even going to say that one. I was thinking the Tembe Mutombo or something.
Oh, my God.
Fuck, man. I mean, yo, Akinwande looked it like, man, look.
Man, don't kill him like that, man. We want another interview with him.
And then you know what Eddie does? Because Eddie is good. As much as I try to hate on Eddie, he is so good. He said, you know what? How do we market this motherfucker? All right. We couldn't get him to fight Billy Joe, so we're going to put him in there with a common opponent with Billy Joe. But now we ain't going to do Lemieux. Fuck that. Nah, we don't want Lemieux to come. Even though I know he could be Lemieux, but nah, it's too much danger. Lemieux punches. Nah. Fuck it. Let's do that guy. What guy, Eddie? That guy.
From X-Men.
That's Wolverine. Yes. Yeah. No one ever heard of him before Billy Joe. And now they only know him because of Billy Joe. All he's got to do is look better than Billy Joe, and he never has to fight Billy Joe. But no.
He did look better than Billy Joe.
Man.
Have you don't you do it, nigga? Have you seen that Wolverine and
Bro,
Billy Joe fight? Go watch it. Go watch it.
We want a knockout. We want a knockout.
Billy Joe did not win a fucking knockout against him.
No. But we, as the look, I'm on that side. I expected him to win and dominate because I think
dominate. We wanted domination, not whatever that was.
I mean, maybe Wolverine just got something that make the top tier look bad against him.
If you say so. I mean, Billy Joe had an excuse, right? Billy Joe was like 200 pounds. He was a cruiserweight that day when he fought him.
He was at 160.
Word?
Yeah, word.
Nah, he was coming off a layoff for son. You stunned.
He was at 160, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, but he was coming off a layoff, right? You gonna make?
I don't think it was that long of a layoff. He just wasn't in shape. Put it like that. He wasn't in shape. It looked like he gassed, and arguably Wolverine won that fight.
Well, I wanted Andre to look better. He's on the side with all the action.
Thank you, Monte Jenkins. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He's on the side where all the action is. So it's like, look a little bit better and get an opportunity. Because this 2 tune-ups they done gave him. So let's say he got a 3-fight deal like most people. We going to see another tune-up? I mean, like, what's going on? I'm just saying.
And I know I said this, and I know where this is going to go. We talked about on the last show. It's like, obviously, the objective for the first time was to get the bag, get the belt. Unfortunately, we didn't get to fight the Billy Joe Sanders, so it became more of like a tune-up, gimme, grab, and more, if anything, a showcase to a degree, because you're like, he should win this belt now. He should knock this guy out, which it looked like it. And then as early as he was knocking this dude down, you felt like, man, this is an early night. Let's go. There was no more knockdowns. There was no more drama. It went out 12 rounds. You're like, oh my goodness, this fight is going to the distance. Why? And then you get this fight. All right, maybe he should dominate. Maybe he should knock him down. All right, going to the distance. Questionable knockout. So now you got Danny Jacobs, Canelo fighting. Having a big unification. Demetrius Andrade's outside. Maybe he's in the best situation because he can probably get a chance to crack at all the belts because he has the last belt. But until then, if he doesn't get that, who does he fight? Where does he go? At the press conference, he said that he was interested in maybe fighting Gilberto Ramirez. He said it would go up there. That would be a very interesting fight to see if he wants to go up there. Someone in the
who said that?
Demetrius Andrade said that.
He did.
He's lying.
Someone behind me.
Gilberto is with Top Rank. Like, yes, Eddie just did business, but it wasn't true business, right? Because it was more like person.
Eddie brought up Callum though too.
They also brought up people who were also bringing up Charlo. We were like, all right, face Charlo, and then the other person we brought up
kind of ducked that though, bro.
The other person we brought up was Rob Brandt. We was like, hey, gets that Rob Brandt work.
And then Eddie said, typical Eddie fashion.
Eddie said, no, if Rob Brandt is not a marketable, high marquee name.
Gotta raise his profile.
Fight Rob Brandt. Then. You because the general public right now thinks you're unbelievably talented, but we want to see you now tested. Demetrius Andrade, we were riding for you back then when you were in the promotions. We were riding for you to get the big fights. We were riding for you to get a title shot. We were riding all across. Now, because we all support you, we want you to challenge yourself and get some of these other guys, because you had, like Ness said, 2 fights that you were supposed to dominate and prove you were so much better in an entertaining, fashionable way. And we kind of feel like you're kind of letting off the gas and you're kind of now just coasting.
It's gonna
but
take
if you want to prove that you ain't coasting,
bruh, and
do this the top guys.
Ron, you know how you know that they coasting? Listen to the post fight and hear his father, the great Eddie Hearn. I'd be screaming Eddie Hearn so at the top of my fucking lungs too if I was getting cupcakes for big dough. Come on, bruh. But whatever, man. I ain't here to complain. I'm here to let you know what took place last night, and that's what happened.
Y'all ready to move on to my the top rank card?
Top ranky, you talking about Oscar Rivas? We saw the main event first.
No, let's start from the bottom.
I
Carlos
didn't get
Adama.
to watch Jason, man. I gotta go watch.
Oh man, Jason knocked the guy down like a couple times and was very dominant over like 12 rounds. So
And still got a UD.
he got a UD, but bro, he looked good though, man. Like he got a couple knockdowns.
Hey, listen, I'm just thinking because now that I'm you know a big money maker in betting, you know what I'm saying? I'm always thinking with my wallet now. Now I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Damn, so I'll never pick Sosa to get a knockout. He can't knock out a dude I never heard of. Who the fuck is Moises Delgadillo? What the fuck?
Yeah, Bomac said it.
I'm used to seeing Delgado. What the fuck is this? Delgadillo?
Hey, Bomac just said his first name on it, man.
Moises Delgado. Let me get Oscar. Listen, I know that Jeffrey's gonna do bad because he's he's from the UK and shit. So we'll see.
He is from the UK, ain't he?
Moises Delgadillo.
Moises Delgadillo. I don't know. Because the double L is Ja. It's like Jama.
But before we go to Jason Sosa, Carlos Adames got a very impressive body shot knockout victory, and he looks like at 154 it is his best weight because he looked energized and he looked to have a little bit more pop. You know what I'm saying? And at 154, I think he might be a problem for those guys. And we had a pleasant.
FYI, I'm gonna be like cut off, Mike. I just want to pat my own back and say he was what Mario was calling on our betting show the backbone. Adames and Shakur was the backbone of a lot of my parlays. You know,
mine too.
By knockout and Shakur by knockout.
Yes, sir.
Things happen. FYI.
I had Shakur by knockout, Adames by knockout, Rivas by knockout, and Bryan by decision. Got your boy 250 in the kitty right there. Also, another pleasantly surprising guy that made his pro debut, the Indian Tank. I don't know how to say his real name. I'm not bad. I'm bad at it, but it's
wait for that.
Vikas Krishan. He's originally from where the fuck is he from?
Where he fought at, brother?
He fought in India. So he's from India, but he won a Asian Games gold medal.
I don't even see that on the notes. Where are you finding this at?
I watched it, bro.
He skipped the whole DAZN card.
Wait. So you ain't watched DAZN at all?
Nah.
But you watched who?
The Indian, damn, I forgot the fucking name, bro. Damn. The Indian Tank. I'm telling you, man. Hey, he got a knockout though, bro. I was like, damn, bro. It was like Adames got a knockout. He got a knockout. I'm like, damn, I'm standing right here. Shakur got a knockout. Rivas got a knockout.
Oh, so you saying that was on ESPN?
ESPN Plus.
Oh, I ain't even see that. I didn't know where you was at with that, bro. You got to make that shit clear.
Oh, my bad. All these fights came on ESPN Plus.
I knew where Mike was at.
Okay, thank you, Ron.
Because I watch ESPN. I ain't see that dude.
Mike,
I guess I gotta
get
go
his.
more back. I gotta go more back then.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, the Indian Tank, nice little fun name, but I don't know how big a player.
Like Tank Davis?
No. He's not a Tank Davis kind of guy.
No. But you're saying the Indian Tank? Is that what they're calling him?
Yes, that's his what's nickname or whatever boxing you call it. Whatever.
Ring name.
Ring name.
Okay.
We gonna get you and Eddie the fast talk that sell to me.
So Shakur looks
my God, Shakur, man. And he looked patient this fight too. He wasn't overly aggressive, but he picked his shots beautifully, man. That left hand is coming along mighty nicely. He's been getting a lot of his last, I think 3 or 4 opponents been all about knockout, and this guy's getting his man string too, man. And the way he picks his shots, bro, he's so clever with his. I just like seeing Shakur fight, man. I am a big Shakur fan, and I think he got a bright future. And now you can see why he wants Warrington, he wants Frampton, he wants all those guys who have a title. And he told us on the show, a title shot is closer than what we think. He knows when he.
Hold on, Mike. Hold on. Now, I think Shakur Stevenson's easily top 10 prospects. He's phenomenal. I talked to Bob Arum. I asked him specifically about Shakur Stevenson. He don't sound like he want to give him a title shot anytime soon.
Man, I seen quotes where he's like, neither three of the men, neither I forgot.
Teofimo, Michael Conlon, Shakur. He told me straight up.
Conlon. Look, I don't know when Conlon's ever gonna be ready, but Teofimo definitely not. I mean, definitely, I think he may be, depending on the right victim. And yeah, Shakur. Listen, the good thing about Teofimo and Shakur, they're proving Bob wrong, right? Bob is saying they're not ready, and they're going out there showing that they are. Vito, mute yourself on Skype. Be courteous, brother. Mute yourself. Get that shit together. All right, let's go to Pablo Cesar. No, we did that. We got to go.
Oscar Rivas, but Bryant Jennings, baby. Don't skip over that.
Yeah, no, we won't skip over it, Mike, because you're so excited about this one, and I don't understand why.
I mean, I just like pat myself on the back when I'm right.
In my opinion, Jennings wins that 12th round, and he wins the fight. I didn't see this, like superstar performance in Oscar Rivas. I'll be honest with you. I was on the toilet, and I'm like, it's a good fight for Rivas? Amir Mansour. I don't know if it's because they look alike, but that's sad when I'm trying to match you with a 44-year-old dude that isn't really active. So I don't think Rivas is ready. Some can say, Ness, you're a moron. He just proved that he is. Look what he did to Bryant Jennings. But again, up until that 12th round, I had Jennings winning. And I thought
you're absolutely wrong.
I thought that he would win that 12th round and he would win the fight. I didn't see him losing. I didn't I'm not impressed with Rivas. I think Wanaki stops him. I mean, there's a lot of fighters. I mean, let me see. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was because I had a bet on Bryant Jennings.
Probably so.
And I'm being hard on Rivas, but I didn't see that skill that is needed. See, some will say, well, Nestor, you sound like a hypocrite because Wilder doesn't have that skill, but he has the eraser. Mm-hmm. So I didn't see that in Rivas. Like, that stoppage was like, it wasn't a heavyweight stoppage.
So let me go in here.
We've seen worse.
Let me play the other side, because you already know what people are going to do. And I want to hear you guys kind of debate that. Bryant Jennings.
Triangle theory?
No, not triangle theory. Luis Ortiz, right?
Triangle theory.
They're going to bring that up. Luis Ortiz, Bryant Jennings, right? Bryant Jennings allegedly was ducked from Deontay Wilder. Now, does this loss of Bryant Jennings diminish King Kong Ortiz? Did King Kong Ortiz now just drop down? Is he more like
no? You can see the talent inside of Luis or Ortiz. Maybe he don't show up every night, but when he's on his game, he has great boxing skills for the heavyweight division. So I don't think you can do
that. I don't even know why would you bring that up. To me, Luis Ortiz beat Jennings more convincingly. Jennings
was on whoa, no, Jennings was he was mad that dude stopped the fight.
You cut me off. Jennings peppering Rivas with his jab. Like, did Rivas win? Okay. But I just don't see like this huge thing. I think that it was more a competitive fight between Rivas and Jennings than it was with Lewis and Jennings. I don't know.
I think both fights ended pretty much simply. Instead of Jennings hollering after the Ortiz stopped it, he didn't do anything. He didn't like he wanted to contest the Rivas stoppage. So if you want to go that route, then you should compare the stoppages.
Well, yeah, if you want to compare the stoppages, I think that what you've seen in the Jennings Luis Ortiz was frustration. Him being frustrated that he couldn't
stop the fight.
No, him being more
go back and watch that fight, homie.
And losing. That's what it was.
He was frustrated because he didn't think he was out.
Been on the court, you know how it is. You lose, you scream like that in frustration. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't contesting.
I mean, I think a court and a basketball. I mean, a court and a boxing ring is like two different things, though.
How about you show us the interview to corroborate that statement? You got more than enough time. You take all the time.
Show you what interview.
Show us where he's gonna say post-fight, anytime from that fight till right now, current day, where he's ever said, man, I ain't happy with that stoppage. They shouldn't have stopped that stoppage. You want me to tell you what he did say? because I interviewed him.
What do you say?
He'll insinuate as if Lewis was dirty, and you can check him. Those interviews are on TPV. Those interviews are on TPV. He'll insinuate as if Lewis was dirty at the time of the fight, and then he'll and I'm paraphrasing, but it really does sound something like this. He'll be like, but you know, that is neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was. You know, I did what I did then, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, that's what people say. So go watch the video.
Was that your DMX voice?
He never said no shit like, man, the ref cheated. He should have stopped that fight. I was able to continue. Like, get out of here, Mike. You're paying some bullshit.
I'm not paying bullshit. I'm just going off like what I seen him do after the fight. But if that's I mean, you have the evidence, so there you go. But I think Rivas was very, in my opinion, he was doing some good things in that fight. He always was the aggressor. He always stayed in range, and he did some absolutely great body work that fight. If you really watch that fight, Oscar Rivas did tremendous body work to be a heavyweight. He targeted the body from the first round to the 12th round, and that was one of the reasons why he was able to get Bryant Jennings off his rocker and was able to get the ref to stop that fight because of the great body work that he started in round 1.
So I'm eating these beef patties my girl brought me. I'm happy as hell. Loving this. But yo, Oscar Rivas. I'm just curious where he goes, man. Who do you want to see him fight next? He's on the top rank side. Where does he go?
Is he signed a top rank?
Well, but you know how top rank do, don't you? You know that better than me, man. They got an option, right?
I mean, if they all right.
They got an option, baby.
Right. But all right, I'll play that game. You know, I love playing matchmaker.
You got pull up over there.
Yeah, nah, he
does he go to Ortiz?
I mean, you know what? He probably could be Pula, because Pula is such a stiff in the butt ass motherfucker. He too stiff, man.
Stiff as hell.
Like a bodybuilder stiff. So I don't know, maybe. But I said it. I'm gonna stick to it, man. They better get a Mansour out here. This guy, he shouldn't be rushed, man. How old is he? Let me double check that.
Oh, he's about 31. 31.
Oh, that's young, man. That's young. He young, man. He got time. He got time, man.
Give him a year before you get him in any hot water.
Look, he's at number 12 on BoxRec, which we don't use for rankings. We use just, you know, keep all the names in order. But he's at number 12. So we got Adam Wanaki, Joseph Parker, Dominic Brazil, Luis Ortiz, Kubrat Pulev, Gerald Mill, Alexander Pulev, Dillian White, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Johnson. Yo, those are all great fights for him.
Alexander Pulev, who the hell is that?
Alexander Povetkin, excuse me.
Oh, okay. I was like, Pulev got a brother or something in the top 10 that we don't know about.
But Rivas need a Christian Hammer type dude.
Yeah,
Luis Ortiz is ranked number 8, and he going to fight number 13 Hammer. With all them top heavyweights available, yo, Lewis let me down.
Hey,
man.
I heard Lucas Browne is fighting Dave Allen.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, Dave Allen wanted that fight.
Let's see it, man. Lucas Browne just had a tune-up too, but I mean, I seen the dude he tuned up with, man. Come on, man. I beat that motherfucker, and that's on God in him.
I ain't even seen him, man. What do he look like, Nick?
Bruh, he looked like you remember that movie with The Rock made where he was like a fat boy? A big ass fat boy.
The Rock?
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
I believe so, man. I just don't remember how it went.
That's what he looked like, my man. He looked like a Hawaiian.
Rock had the little fro and shit.
He looked like a Hawaiian, like a sumo wrestling, you know, like a fat Hawaiian. Like he just looked like a fat Hawaiian. He beat up on
Moana.
L Dog said Rivas versus Hargovic.
Rivas, nah.
He said Takum. I saw Takum.
Nah. We talked to Hargovic peoples. Remember, they're not rushing him, and Hargovic isn't even in the top 25, so that would be a rush, right? Let me. Oh no, shit. Flip is at 15.
I mean, the heavyweights, man. Like,
I'll be honest. I'll watch it because I haven't been able to watch Hargovic live. So give it to me. But
give him FA.
They definitely ain't bringing FA up.
You got to think more of on the BT Sports side. I mean, the Frank Warren promotion.
I get Derek Chisora. Get a Derek Chisora.
Too tough.
Get
Talk him.
get that undefeated dude that spars with AJ. Let's see him on TV from Germany. Is he not from Germany?
I got one for him.
I get Caballao.
Yep. Get him too.
Let's get we never seen him. We only hear about him. Let's put him in there like someone like him, you know.
Get Michael Hunter.
Robert Hellenius, you know. I don't know. That's it, bro. That's all I could come up with.
Michael Hunter might be a nice touch for him. Bob can possibly pull it off, maybe.
Yo, who's this dude? Ottawa Wallen.
Never heard of him either.
Or is it Otato Wallen?
From Africa?
From Sweden.
Sweden, okay. What's his record?
20-0.
How many KOs?
13, but I mean, they're versus nobodies. I mean, this dude's built up. He's built up.
If it's nobody, I need 19 or 20. You know
Someone said Michael Hunter.
He's built up, but I'm
Michael Hunter.
I'm looking at him because he's 6'5.5", undefeated white boy heavyweight. When we gonna start hearing about him? You know, that's a market. That's a market right there. You know, right now everyone's in the heavyweight market, brother. Everyone. So Lucas Browne is fighting who?
Dave Allen, the Rhino.
39 versus the 26. Good fight. Good fight. What else we got on our docket? We got to get to these phone calls.
Wilder Fury rematch.
1425-569-5241. Press 1 to voice your opinion. Big Nick says AJ sparring partner Otto Wallen. There you go. See? We need to start seeing them. And this is why I like that this show's international, right? I wish we get to see them all, man. That's why I put a lot of faith and hope into DAZN. You know, I want to be able to see what you guys are seeing in the UK. You know, that way that I'm up to date. I wish I knew this dude, even though all his fights are 1 stars. You were saying something, Mike, before you cut me? He don't like talking when he's not getting cut off. Or he don't got to cut off.
I was saying that Frank Warren said that the Wilder Fury could possibly land on May 27th. And also, that's a good day for it. Right before
May 27th?
Yeah.
Damn, let me get a calendar out, bro. That's my birthday weekend.
Oh, wow.
I'm usually in another country, bro. Like, you wilding, Wilder.
Also, Eddie Hearn said that
nah, that's wrong, bro. May 27th is a fucking
I'm sorry, April 27th. April 27th. Or early May. So
that works for me.
It could be like right before that Canelo and Danny Jacobs fight. Also, Eddie Hearn says that.
Wait. Yes, don't brush over that.
I mean, smart, yeah.
Actually, no, it doesn't matter anymore because Canelo pay-per-view.
Yeah, DAZN.
All right.
But you still get that little fight week, you know what I'm saying? So both parties pretty much get the fans riled up, you know what I'm saying? Because you get 2 back-to-back weekends of great fights. It's gonna be nice. Eddie says that Alexander Usyk's next fight date is booked and will be announced soon. The WBO president has declared Billy Joe Saunders could be next for Demetrius Andrade. That could be good. That could be good, depending on where that fight will be at. I'd like to see Billy Joe and Demetrius Andrade again. What about you? I mean, not again, but for the first time. What about you, Ron?
Oh, you already know how I feel. I think Demetrius Andrade is talented. I just want to see him now with someone who I can truly go, damn, that boy is good if he's beating top guys. So
now, Billy Joe, how good is Billy Joe, man? In your honest opinion?
Depends on what Billy Joe shows up. I think Billy Joe is extremely talented as well, but he's at a cruiserweight right now. So if you can make down to that middleweight, have no controversy, I think it'll be either a very exciting fight or super boring fight. But it will at least let me know that Demetrius Andrade can do that to top level guys, and I can at least appreciate that.
Gotcha. Yeah, me too. I could appreciate that. This is a news to me too. Canelo and Danny Jacobs reportedly have a rehydration clause in place, and neither fighter can be allowed over 170 at the second weigh-in at 8 a.m. on fight day. Big money penalties if so. That's new to me. How much are the penalties? Do you know?
I know Daniel Jacobs has the IBF, so they already have their own kind of rehydration kind of clause.
Of course, yeah.
I don't know if this is just an extension to it, meaning that if you miss it, is more than just whatever it normally is. It's going to be a fat, ugly penalty because the fight itself is probably too big to cancel. So
and it's probably like a safeguard from Danny Jacobs saying F the IBF belt. And since I'm fighting for the WBC and WBA anyway, I can just let the belt go. You know what I'm saying?
It's probably some $1 million kind of stuff for it to be reported like this.
Canelo boy dot his I's and cross all his T's. Richard Schaefer.
I don't think this is a Canelo thing. I think this was a Daniel Jacobs clause.
Elaborate.
I know that you guys are looking at it like, oh, well, Jacobs didn't want to do it the last time that he was the IBF champ or that he had the opportunity to fight for the IBF. But think about it. When's the last time someone's next day weigh-in Canelo? And guess what? Canelo's also fighting for the IBF, so that's why he has to do it too. This is not a Canelo thing. This is a two-way thing. This is an IBF thing, and this is a bad thing for Canelo. Canelo, when he was a fucking 147-pounder, 154-pounder, I know for sure he was coming in fight night at 174. I've watched HBO fights where they put that weight on there, on the television. So 174 all those years ago, 170 today is going to be, not saying it's not doable. He's going to do it, but he ain't going to like it.
So is it more of a Canelo thing, or is it Danny Jacobs thing?
IBF thing.
So why not?
The next day 10-pound weigh-in. That's why Porter always used to do it.
If that's the case, then why not just both fighters just benefit themselves and say after IBF, I got the WBC.
It's about unifications. It's about
why would you do that? We want the belts.
I mean, we seen Danny Jacobs say, forget about the IBF when he fought Gennady because he had other belts on hand.
Yeah, well, Mike, let's hope that is not what Jacobs is going to do on a consistent basis, because it would be shameful, disrespectful to the sanctioning body, and disrespectful to the fans that you're saying, hey, fans, I know you're stupid enough to consider me a champion every time I win it, but every time I have to actually defend it and face someone decent, I'm just going to completely ignore their rules to my benefit.
And it's somewhat hypocritical too, because Danny Jacobs talked about Canelo having catch weights in between junior middleweight and middleweight. So by doing this, it's pretty much no different by playing the weight game. Just if you don't respect the weight class, don't fight in it. Go into another weight class, go elsewhere.
I was just
do the right thing.
I was just posing a question. That's all.
Yeah, I don't want to encourage that.
I mean, I'm just of the mindset, if I seen a guy do it one time, I can't put it past him again. Keith Thurman versus Josecito Lopez for the WBA title will be on free ITV4 in the UK next Saturday. So will the Gerald Washington and Adam Kownacki fight too. Also, next week, the purse bid is scheduled for Vasil Lomachenko and Anthony Crawler on the 4th. And
that shit is the most hilarious thing there is known to man.
You know, purse bid is 75-25.
No, don't brush over it, bro, because it's important. You know why? Because it's Eddie playing very good business. You know, you could easily let Corolla go over there and do this with Vasil, or you can sit back down with Mr. Skipper, the big Skip over at DAZN, and say, hey, we're going to crack open that wallet on that $1 billion you allegedly gave me, and we're going to bring Vasil over here to force all those ESPN dudes over here? Are we going to really play some hardball the way Al Heyman used to do? And if that's the case, I want to see that type of shit. I'm a dude that loves anarchy sometimes.
That's good, man.
Yeah,
it's always good. And it ultimately benefits the fighter in the long run.
Yeah, Crawler for sure is in a win-win. And this is something where fighters need to look at their promoters. Like, let's play this game where Top Rank is not going to allow Lomachenko to go elsewhere. So let's just climb this game all the way up until they do something where we can't actually afford or not willing to go. And there's your payday, sir. Tell your friends to come to DAZN, because we like to do purse bids over here. We like to do this crazy stuff because that's how we do it. And Top Rank, is also good for the fighters too. hey, come over to Top Rank. Well, we will always fight for you, always try to get you the best deal, always get you the most exposure. It's great for the fighters, man. And like Ness said, there's nothing bad about this, because that's when you can start going, man, these cross promotions can happen. We can probably see more fights, and they're gonna have to put fighters underneath the undercards. That it's just good. It's good for us.
Listen, when it's between these two companies, I'm 100% happy for this to take place, because the only one that benefits are the fans and the fighters. The purse bids benefit the fighters, and the fact that, you know, it's a purse bid means it's allegedly two good fighters. In this case, it's not. I mean, this is ridiculous. Corolla.
And
I mean, if I'm Bob, I do set a limit. I do. I don't bid over $1 million too. Not why? Maybe $1 million. Who the hell is Corolla? No. Fuck it. Let Vasil go over there for one fight. That shit ain't gonna hurt nobody.
You gotta check with the network first, though.
Listen. Didn't Clarissa bounce around and hurt no one? Let him bounce around. You don't waste your war chest on this ridiculous fight, because guess what? No one's tuning in. Bob, I hope you're listening, and I hope you got anybody who listens to the show to tell you the good shit that we say over here. All right, this is it. Write this down, intern. If you win the purse bid, we are not watching it. Yeah, hardcore fans, of course, but the public don't give a fuck about Corolla in the U.S. So don't.
And honestly, it may be more beneficial for this fight to be in the UK.
Absolutely, let Vasil grow his fucking let him grow his fucking his fan base over there.
Last little news and note: Frank Warren has sent out a public message to Dillian White after hearing that he was a free agent, and told him he will pay him currently more than he's earning. So
everybody wants Dillian White now that he said he's a free agent. Very intelligent move by Dillian White. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen with Dillian White and that slick move.
That was a great move, man.
Dillian White got the sauce now, because he's high in all the rankings. He can definitely push eventually towards the Anthony Joshua fight. He's getting pretty damn close to a Wilder fight, and if anything, Wilder is actually he likes the White fight. He's embracing it, and if Wilder fights Tyson Fury and the WBC is playing games, what better way to get there to get Dominic Brazil, Dillian White for the actual mandatory? Let's get this going. Dillian White has been one of the most improved fighters when it comes to profile, and he deserves to be fought after. He has many top mandatory positions, and he has a lot of knockouts.
Let this be a lesson to all fighters out there, man. You whatever contract you're under or whatever promoter you have, make sure you're using them as much as they're using you. Dillian White used Eddie to get himself into very high rankings in the WBO and the WBC. Eddie used Dillian to make money. I mean, it's a win-win. And now Dillian has the opportunity to go out and become that free agent, and stay that free agent that he earned and that he rightly deserves. Like we talked to the brother, I believe like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I posed the question, why has Dillian? I mean, as long as Dillian is with Matchroom, he's always going to be the sidekick to AJ, because AJ is that #1 star for Matchroom. So why not let Dillian White go out and be his own star and build his profile somewhere else? And bam.
Now my biggest thing is, how many other people have this with Eddie? And Eddie publicly said, yeah, Dillian White has this. And Tony Bellew also had it. But Tony Bellew is retired. So, of course, that's a good guy to throw out in the public, knowing that that's someone you don't really have to fight over or worry about. And he's done. But it makes me wonder what other guys he has are on these type of terms. And what are these guys doing in the back end, you know?
He's only got one guy that matters that's not on his terms.
And be clear, because when it comes out of my mouth, you know, it's bullshit. But be clear that when you say these terms, you mean the exact terms that Eddie loves to be hypocritical about when he says the Charlos don't have a contract, or Wilder doesn't have a contract.
True.
Or this fighter. I mean, everything that Eddie says is a fucking lie. He told you that fighters don't sign contracts for fights the same night or the night before. That was a lie. We need to get Eddie Hearn on the Maury Povich show. But I'm just happy.
This guy nuts. I don't want to know.
Is simultaneously making me popular. Someone pointed to my attention a video where Eddie Hearn is saying that geezer from the Boxing Voice. So, like, look, man, I don't even got to be there, and he's feeling me. He's feeling my pressure. Imagine, you know what I mean? Shout out to Jack is the truth. Now, I ordered the mic that was on my wish list. I've been.
Dog,
Was
man.
that the mic that you just ordered? Did it fall?
Got a new
Don't
dog,
tell me
man.
that's the mic, Ness.
My dog
Yeah.
is not big enough to go upstairs yet, but she's want to be bigger than she's supposed to be. But whatever. This week, there's plenty of work for me and Ron in New York. So I said, let me get some EQ, some equipment out and get busy. And hopefully we bump into Eddie one of these days.
Not this week, I don't think.
I mean, look, you never know when, but the point is he feels the pressure from all the way over here in the office studio. You know what I'm saying? So when I hit the road again, it's going to be on. And look, Ron is here now. Now I haven't even had a personal conversation with Ron yet. I've been so busy, but when we do, we figure out schedules is on. We might end up in DC to see Jay, have lunch with Jay and check out some sparring with Jared Hurd. We're going to make Mike real jealous, Ron.
Hey, do y'all thing,
Yeah,
baby.
I mean-
I can't get mad at you. I'll be going to see my daughter next week anyway, so not a big thing.
Hey, man, that's what I'm supposed to do out here, right? I'm supposed to help the Boxing Voice, get you guys out here who comes to the channel all the time that support us, the people who don't support us but still come here and watch us anyways, get all the content. We got to go out there and get it for you guys. So there's a lot of stuff that come to New York City, man. Press conferences, weigh-ins, fighters, your favorite promoters, everything. So
And to the listeners, y'all already know, man, when Ness goes on his little binges and goes out for a little while, we're going to cook back up that mic check hook, and we're going to get it rocking again, baby. Y'all want them hour interviews that I always do? Stay tuned. Next week, they coming.
Perfect. More hot sauce. Mike?
All right, let's get. Actually, speaking of hot sauce, there's a conference call Tuesday for Thurman, so we'll be doing that. Let's see if they're gonna shun us. Are we gonna get on the call, Michael?
Nestor will.
If we don't get on the call, Mike has to buy us a round of drinks in Texas on him because he's fucking shit up. All right, so anything else we didn't get to, let the callers get to because it's time to get to the callers.
I'm gonna get a 40 ounce and tell y'all pass around the motherfucking room. I might get two of them. I might feel friendly.
I'm gonna go fruities, man.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
We got our first big dog. Whoa. We got an analyst. We got a member of the team, a very high-ranking member of the team.
You said an analyst.
Yeah, Ringwalk Danny wants to be on the a call.
Okay, then. Let's go to Mr. Ringwalk.
What's going on, y'all?
Daniel.
Couple things, right? Yes, very busy week, right? Fight week. Everywhere, honestly. Obviously, Ron was in New York. I was in Vegas. The stars came out last night. Originally, I thought that the card wouldn't do no more than 350, but seeing all the stars that came out and then just going through my personal social media and just seeing all the fans that just people I have that ordered it, I'm thinking it's gonna do, maybe 450, 500.
450, 500 what? Tomatoes, shoes?
Nah, 450 to 500,000 buys, pay-per-view.
Okay.
I want to say a couple things. There was at the press conference, there was a couple things that rubbed me the wrong way. Media members brought up Broner's punch stats. To me, I scored it. I thought from what I saw, I thought it was 9-3. I could see 8-4. But I was really impressed with Broner's ring movement. I thought that he was turning Manny around. He was doing real good. I felt that he was honestly dictating the pace of where the fight was being took at. Well, obviously, he just wouldn't let his hands go. But another thing, too, there was a lot of criticism because they had certain celebrities at the press conference yesterday, and Kelly Swanson, you know, these were personal friends of Kelly Swanson, Tiffany Haddish to be one of them, and a lot of media members were extremely upset and basically calling it unprofessional, right? Kind of like how they called us, calling it unprofessional when, you know, the boss lady herself personally asked them to speak. But man, I will say this, the fight was exciting to me as far as just the atmosphere and everything. But it was disappointing to see that it couldn't even sell out, because tickets were reasonably priced. They were not like over expensive, and it couldn't even sell out.
What was the capacity?
So capacity is 16,000.
So they had 13,000.
Right. So where I was sitting at, where they had me sitting at, so it was funny because I originally had like a floor credential, and they bumped a whole bunch of American media off the floor, moved them up to move up Filipino media. It was hilarious. But so where I was sitting at, right behind me, there was a whole bunch of it was like curtained off, and they basically turned it into like a lounge in a sense. So that was the only thing that disappointed me, that it wasn't a sellout. But hey, big shouts out to Marcus Browne as well with his victory. I thought, you know, I did pick Badou, and I was rooting for Badou, and I thought even before the cut, Marcus was clearly like controlling the fight. So big shouts out to him.
Big shout out to you, Danny, man. Thanks for all the footage that you got this weekend, man. Like you got some tank footage, you got some David Haney footage, you got some Badia Riley footage. For people who don't know who Badia Riley is, he is a friend of KSI, one of the biggest social media stars around.
He's
I mean, right hand man too, right?
Yeah.
He the one that fought on the DAZN card and didn't get shown.
What are you talking about?
Or the Showtime card.
Showtime.
Yeah, he was like the very. I missed this fight. Like I walked in the arena at 3:15. The first fight was at 3. They said first fight 3:05. I walked in 3:15, and he got like a 33-second knockout. So
who were some of the biggest stars that was there, Danny?
Yeah, man. I seen Dave Chappelle.
So I got like a 7-second clip with Quavo that I sent to Ness. You know, that'll probably be up 2021 or so. So Quavo was in the building. Wiz Khalifa was in the building.
2021.
Yeah, you know.
Was there any Will Smiths in there? Was there any Denzel Washingtons?
I won't take any. I won't take any shots at Danny on air. I'll save my constructive criticism for off air.
He want to talk about the hectic fight week group interviews that he feel he would get one-on-one. Call him behind the gloves.
Call him 6'6". Nigga, I take all the interviews.
Yeah.
Hey man.
No stars like that. No stars like that. But you know, people in the hip hop business were there. I mean, Tiffany Haddish, like I mentioned, was there.
Michael Blackson
was there. Michael Blackson, he's been around all fight week, honestly. But I will add big, huge shout out to Erickson Lubin, Team Lubin. They'll be back February the 9th, co-main event against E.J. Smith on Showtime. He treated me like family yesterday, went out to dinner, took me to the club, showed me a good time. So we got camp access. We'll have him on the show. And also Ravon Littlejohn, which is the CEO of About Billions Promotions. Big shout out to him. We're cooking something up to get him on the show as well. So just wanted to kind of put some things out there. It's been a very busy, hectic week. So just want to thank Nesta, obviously, for these opportunities. Big shout out too to Ron G. He put in work in New York, did his thing. So big shout out to him. Truly appreciate the listeners. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Ringwalk Denny. I'm out.
Danny, thanks for calling in. And obviously for putting in the work. I'm trying my best to get to them videos. Don't worry.
Danny was sending you so many, man.
Subliminals, the left and right subliminals he's sending me and shit. But listen, man, I mean, I'm trying. So let's move on. Callers, right? So it's time.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
They must got you a raise or something.
Who?
El Camino.
Oh, I went through that already?
You went through 2 times, baby. You know what I'm talking about?
Times?
2 times, baby.
Hey, they show us love. We show
1-on-1
them love.
never lost.
You gotta show the loyalty, man. You gotta show the loyalty. See,
too.
Talking to loyalty, we going out to Mastermind Joseph. What up? See, you never thought I'd be on this quick.
What up, Joe?
Now I tell you,
Yeah.
memorizing that number now is memorized. It's
Let me
over.
see Joe's name on the list. What's Joe's name? Yeah, Joseph, you got some credit. Hold on, nigga. Don't say shit. You got Broner, Jack, and Warren. 3 servings, baby. Serve him up, Ness.
Serve him.
Well, first we need him to get off that speakerphone.
Yeah.
In the motherfucking jacuzzi and
Nah, you don't get to say no words, homie, when you got crow to eat.
And bring
Eat
the
that
bid
crow
too.
first.
Bring the bid. And
This
the
crow
knife.
is part of your
I called in.
and this crow part of your car. So is my voice.
No, let me take that. Went 0 for 3 yesterday, man. I don't even know what to say.
I do. You were wrong.
He looked good, wrong than a motherfucker yesterday. But no, Broner, man, just I don't know. He fought. It looked great. It's never going to be the excuse of was he ready. He just never let the shots go, and that was that on him. I mean, there's nothing really much else to say about Broner. The corner telling him he was doing good and winning is absolutely horrible. My biggest complaint on the fight is I wish Jim Gray would let somebody just have one of them epic interviews, man. I understand he's trying to be professional, but god damn, that would have been I'm pretty sure that would have been all over, going viral with Broner going off. But that'll be the last time I ever back Broner. If we ever see him again on the big stage, I don't see how he can get another main event A-side fight after this. But I'll call back in a few, guys.
Big up, Joseph, baby. What's going on, homie?
Appreciate it. And look at Mike, man. Mike's part of your crow. So you got some crow, you can get a lot of Mike.
We go
Who
on
up next?
Jay the Mastermind out
Who
here.
is Jay? Yeah. He got Warren, Jack.
Dollar Mossy Productions.
Jay Hardcore Boxing. You don't know shit about boxing. Boxingwords.com. Okay.
Hold on, Jay. Don't you say shit. You got Warren and Jack, so two them up.
Yo.
Ain't no yo, nigga. Now you can yo.
What are you talking about? I got crow?
Yeah, you got crow. Jay, you pick Warren and you pick Badou Jack. What you mean? I got crow. Yeah, you got crow.
Warren. Okay.
That's right, man.
This is exactly why you need the list.
Exactly.
Yeah, look how you trying to.
Hour.
I did pick Badou. I did pick Badou Jack. I'm not sure about the other one, but if you say so, I know you're not a liar, so I ain't gonna even go there. But I want to say I enjoyed all the footage that we got from Ron and Danny. They was on their job. They was handling their business. So big ups to those fellas. You know what I mean? On the grind. And, I want to give big ups to Broner. No, I want to give up big ups to Broner, not just because I want to bet, but because Broner sells the hell out of these people every time. I mean, we see what he does every fight. And what do y'all do? Y'all get behind him every goddamn time. You know, I'm a salesman, so I appreciate the salesmanship that Broner gets. And you know what? This ain't gonna be the last time. Y'all gonna get behind him again. Broner got his own clan of sheep out here, and they will stay his sheep. And have you seen the people in the chats all over the world talking about Broner got robbed? I mean, are they delusional or blind? Which one is it? I mean, explain that to me. I don't get it. But listen, there, big shout outs to Rivas.
He was robbed, man. He was robbed.
Rob, who you talking about? Broner? I love it. I enjoyed the Rivas fight, man, because that's what the heavyweight division is all about, man. The knockout. That's what it's all about. And we love it. That's what we want. That's what we want to see. The heavyweight division is never over till the 12th round. And that's what I love about boxing, man, when it comes to that heavyweight division. It ain't about who's the slickest, who's the hardest, who's this. It's the cat that can knock you the fuck out. And that's what I like about heavyweight boxing. And that's why I love
being on that live fight chat, homie.
Because he knocks motherfuckers out, Jack. What'd you say, Mike?
Thank you for being on that live fight chat, homie.
What'd you say?
Thank you for being on that live fight chat.
We had a ball. We had a ball on the live fight chat, man. I totally enjoyed myself. Looking forward to another one. But listen here, that's pretty much all I got right now. Hey, smash the like buttons, no shoplifting. There's so much content coming on this channel, man. For you to be not participating or sharing or doing something, that's some bull crap, man. Y'all need to do something because TVV is putting out that fire, man. So y'all need to get out there and do something. Share the show, smash it, go to Patreon, do something. But don't sit there and put the show in your pocket and don't do nothing. That's my call.
Hey, Ness, if there ain't no Patreon, don't go to him. We got 400 watching and 30 thumbs up. It's just disrespectful. Can't do it.
All right, well, let me see here on the list. Looks like we got
My bad, we got 172 thumbs up.
Mike's the goon.
My page went refreshed. But we still need more.
No, I feel you. I
250 at least, man. Then we go to everybody else. But if you don't got 250 by Patreon only.
This portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother.
Yo, what's up, my boxing brothers? Serve me up that crow, man, with Louisiana hot sauce, man. Rau'shee Warren, Badou Jack, and Jennings.
Thank you, Info, for being so honest, man. Man, so honest.
Hey, man, I don't mind being wrong, man. You know, it's like that sometimes. You can't get them all right?
Did you see something, though, in Broner that make you think that he was different, though?
No. Not after I seen his training and after I seen the game plan for them to counter punch by the two coaches, I knew it was a done deal. Hey, man, on the behalf of the boxing gods, I want to apologize for all those who paid for that fight, man. I felt like Broner conned all y'all again, and his hood pass should be revoked. And at this point, he's almost like gatekeeper status, man. I don't know if he beats anybody in the top 10, man. I think Jamal James at this point will beat him. The prospect Jerron Ennis from Philly, he would beat him.
Jamal James.
Hey, man.
Damn.
Jamal James lets his hands go, man. He gonna throw more than 8 punches around. So he won the fight already. If Adrien Broner continues to do this shit, hey, even if his best chances, man, is Broner to go back down to 140, and I don't even know if he can beat the top 3 at 140, man. I don't know where he goes from here, man.
Bruh, after listening to Ron's
Pac-Man
interview with Maurice Hooker, he ain't beating Maurice Hooker. Hooker wants smoke. And when a dude wants smoke, you gotta believe
Hooker want all that smoke, man.
He wants smoke. He said, if you think Josh the man, I want him. You think it's Regis,
I want him.
So if you think it's Broner, he gonna want him.
Yeah, he said he wants to be the boogeyman. That's what he said.
I had an interview with him. He said the whole WBSS is shit.
Yeah, man. I don't know where Broner goes from here, man. He run his mouth better than he can fight right now, man. And he does do good. He does sell the fight, man. He got that honest. He's more of an entertainer than a fighter to me right now, man. And the walk entrance was everything was beautiful. I loved it. But the dude, man, it's the same old song. Don't let his hands go. As far as Pac-Man, fight Thurman, man. If he can't get the Floyd fight. And shout out to Staten Island, man. Marcus Brown, man, he proved me wrong. That's how you prove somebody wrong. He won every round of me, man. I never seen Badou Jack look as worse as he did last night. Marcus Brown earned that. He earned my respect, man. Shout out to Staten Island, NYC, stand up. You got one. That's my call, bro.
Info, thanks for calling in, my friend. We're going out to Marcus. Talk to me, DC.
Oh, man, Marcus from DC ain't here. Oh, man, it's AD, man. All bullshit, all bluffing, all baloney, all bark, no bite. Listen, all I want to ask anybody, and I'm listening all night, is what fight did people see from AB recently that make them pick him against Pacquiao? Like, I get all that. We too emotional. You know what I'm saying? Black people, we think with our hearts. We don't think with our head. Any caller that can come on and tell me what fight they seen from AB or what he did in a fight that made them think he was going to beat Pac-Man. Pac-Man can't knock nobody out that's on the back foot, but that's not the back foot. That was hauling ass. So everybody who want to do a study session, we're going to put up some money. We're going to do a TBV study session on what boxing off the back foot is and what boxing on the back foot is. So we can do two different tapes of somebody running and somebody actually boxing. That was bullshit. I think Info Joe called good money is that they just going to start using AB as a gatekeeper for up-and-coming fighters. If they can beat them, then they're going to push them as being contender. And if they can't beat them, they're going to relegate them back to some ESPN fights. It's all bullshit. Look, Badou Jack ain't look good. Everybody was all high on Badou Jack when he beat the dog shit out of DeGale and didn't get the pull. But he has a lot of lackluster. He's been in more lackluster fights than he has been fights where he just shows out. And I don't think moving up to 75 has helped him either, though. So, you know what I'm saying? That's my call. I'm listening. All that other shit that y'all touched on was excellent. Put y'all thumbs up. Hey, man, y'all can go on YouTube, hit the thumbs up, hang up, and then call on the phone. Like, you don't have to choose one or the other, man. You can still support and be on the call, bro. I'm right here, DC in the building, man. You know how I do. I'm out.
Hey, Marcus. How much did it cost you to do that?
Oh, no, I don't play. Oh, nothing. That was free, Mike. You know what I'm saying? I don't hijack. You know what I'm saying? I don't hijack at all. Well, even if I hang up the phone, I turn back on to turn the YouTube on. That was perfectly free. You know what I'm saying? No hijacking allowed, man. A thumbs up is all we ask, man. Come on, man. Y'all, this show 94,000, almost 94,000 people calling in from fucking Dubai and Somalia and all this. It's because of the thumbs up, y'all. This is what they see when somebody types in information about a fight that they're interested in. Because you all cover so many vast topics, because the voice of the people, we touch so many topics that when they look up this fight even on Google or something else, then it brings them to the boxing voice, and then we get people, we get the characters, you get to hear all the different people, you get to hear Eno with the whoa, you get to hear Scorsese with some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So, thumbs up, it's free. Let's do this like we're supposed to do this, man. We almost at 100,000. Let's keep pushing. Unlike AB, all bullshit, all baloney, all bluffing, all bark, no bite. And I'm out. Peace.
Marcus, man. Thank you as always.
Straight to the point for those with attention deficit. I'm so repetitive, son, so I gotta repeat. Stainless from the streets to the deep. I'm coming with that heat. All you need to know about me, I'm coming with that heat.
What's going on, Stainless?
Yo, TBV, what's good? You already know. Taking my smoke break so I can intake some weed.
My nigga.
Or I go back into work. I've been listening to the podcast all night, so you know what I'm saying, I just got to chime in with my brother Marcus from DC, because I be saying that shit all the time. TBV number one, TBV for life. When I know anything about boxing, TBV gonna pop up first. That being said, last night's fight was Broner's regular old subpar ass self. Now I got two niggas that I want to retire, and they just fought each other last night. That's Manny Pacquiao and Adrien Broner, man. I'm so tired of seeing either one of them fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Broner talk the same game. I can't even say a good game. He talked the same game because he said the same shit every time. It's going to be another beginning, another bullshit-ass fight because my man come out there with a great training camp and didn't get it. Then no one let his hands go and want to move around. I just wasn't impressed by him at all. Also, speaking of not impressed, I'm going to segue into Marcus Browne. I ain't going to say I wasn't impressed, but I felt like it was more that it was a lackluster performance from Badou Jack than that it was a great boxing clinic from Marcus Browne. Unfortunately, I got to get back into work. So, man, I mean, it looked decent up until the first headbutt that caused the gash, but he wasn't doing nothing special. And then Badou Jack, he always take a while to get started. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't see the same Badou Jack that I've seen for the last 2 or 3 fights. You know what I'm saying? So personally, like I said, I ain't saying that Marcus Browne ain't the goods, but I just don't think that he got the elite competition from Badou Jack that we was all expecting for him to get. Badou Jack spent the last 5 or 6 rounds pretty much just on defense, trying to keep him from touching his head and opening up that horrible, horrible gash. That Tony Weeks should have stopped that fight, man. I'm sorry. I mean, hats off to Badou Jack for showing the heart of a warrior and continue on through the 12th round, but they should have stopped that fight a long time before then. Also, I want to take a moment to give a moment of silence and say I'm sorry for your loss to our mastermind Javier, because god damn, you lost a lot of money yesterday, son. The fuck was you thinking?
450.
I wish I had some more time. I would have placed a bet with him too.
He lost 450.
Bro, don't nobody even know where Javier
at. Javier ain't even called in, y'all.
He ain't even called in. He don't want to hear nothing.
Oh God, and them he ain't calling in tonight.
Yeah, that's crazy. Javier no Broner lost.
Hey,
but
what
Broner
I will
confused
say
the
this,
fuck
I
out of
will
that
say this though. I ain't even checked. Javier, that money hit the bank. Like I ain't asked, I ain't like it was there. So like he a man of his word.
Absolutely. Paid same night.
Well, as I always say, man, please make sure that you push the thumbs up and share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. Brothers, I'll push one when it's time for me to get back here. Peace.
And good shit, Stanley. Good shit.
How you get paid, Mike?
I bet Javi 50 shit Pacquiao was gonna win.
Let me get to, speaking of masterminds, let's get to pound for pound. The Prince.
Don't get it wrong, man. Like my heart wanted AB to win. Like he said, black people, we want our heart. You know what I'm saying? But I went to college, so my head is, you know what I'm saying. You know, your boy graduated. You know what I'm saying? Tuesday, if y'all want, just last day of class Tuesday. You feel me? But anyway. So I just used my mind and Pacquiao, like dude said, what did Broner beat?
So Mike got paid and ate crow off the same dude.
Yeah,
Incredible.
Yeah,
just like me, I got paid and ate Marcus Browne.
Tell him this.
Yo, you gotta do what you gotta do, but you gotta bet with your. You can listen. You can bet. You can place a pick with your heart, but
damn right. Damn right.
And then you guys cover all this on the betting show on Fridays, right?
Yes,
beating the odds with TBV Friday on Patreon only. Listen, let's get out to a Patreon, a mastermind, and a pound for pound supporter, Prince Dubai. Joel, what's good? I said that all wrong. It's Prince Joel from Dubai.
What up, everybody?
What's going
on, Joel?
Cool. Yeah, where is Javier?
Man, he's licking his wounds, man.
Joel, man, who you pick, man? Hold on, Joel. I don't see your name on the list, man. You not on the list.
He didn't call and do his picks.
Call in Thursday.
No, I didn't pick anybody. I knew that Pac-Man would.
Don't lie, you picked Badou Jack. You picked Badou Jack though, didn't you?
No. On God, I didn't pick anybody.
On God and them. Not everybody want to use it. Now, I know you're lying now.
Hey, yo, you must be getting all the ladies in Dubai with all this extra slang. You picking up slang from around the world. Oh shit, I love it, Joel.
Yo, Nez, when is the running session, though? I need someone to challenge me for 10K.
Whoa, what division? Oh, running. Oh my God.
Yeah, we running?
Runners. Man, the only guy I know that could run his ass off is Sean Porter, bro. But I don't know if he's gonna run for no 10K. Maybe 10K for a charity or something, but I don't know, man.
Hey, Joel, where are you originally from?
You got a better connection than normal today, too.
Yeah, because it's night and then everybody's sleeping.
But where are you originally from?
I'm African regional.
Nobody now you know people smart enough not to race an African, right? Over long distance. Hope y'all know that, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Thank you.
I know that. But you guys always confuse. You guys always confuse African. You think like African is just one. Nigerian just like African just one country.
Oh no. Definitely not. But I just know if I watch the Olympics, the long distance runners are always African and they're always winning.
They're always Kenyan.
Kenyan too.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, but I like the work though. But Ness, why is it Eddie running? What's wrong with Eddie?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Yeah, but you talk too much though. You talk too much, my G.
What you mean I'm running? I don't know. What are you talking? Who's running? I don't even know what you mean.
Eddie Earn is running. Why is he running to you? You talk too much, my G.
Oh, you saying he's running away from me because I talk too much?
Yeah, my G.
Nah.
Slow down.
Yo, he's talking about me on IFL videos. That means I'm doing something right. He's promoting me. He said that boxing voice geezer, and all of a sudden we got an extra 700 subs. Thanks, Eddie. Thanks, Eddie.
Yeah. But you need to get that interview though. You need to get it.
Now I will, bro. Listen, I just messed up this week. It's all good. Listen, we know that there's no rush. That Wilder AJ fight is not happening. So me and Eddie have plenty of nights to dance under the pale moonlight. Believe me, and it will happen. It will happen. You guys are gonna see the best of me in 2019. Ron is here, and I gotta show the young guy the ropes, you know. And in the mix of that, I'm gonna lay it down, bro. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna get
Joel,
back.
my G. Great call, my G.
My G. Let's get to.
We got Jay Hardcore. We already went to.
Yeah, we did. And Joseph, just keep us posted in the chat.
Let us know when you're ready, homie.
All right, so that brings us to Canna. Talk to me on Skype.
Canna, hold on. He picked Linares. He picked Jennings. Give him crow.
Linares and Jennings?
Yes, sir.
I guess he's just listening. Canna, you're muted. You have to unmute yourself. But your clock is definitely.
You know what? I just heard you all saying read that at the same time. Hold on.
What is that?
I said, hold on, but we don't hold on. We'll come back to you. Go.
You don't sound good. You got to go.
Hello?
Yes. Canna
calls back.
Canna dropped off. We're going to Avery in Texas.
What's going on, Avery?
Nothing much, man. I'm watching the Pats Chiefs game right now, man. But
okay, it's boxing though, baby. It's boxing.
Yeah, I know, man. Anyway, I'm watching in the background. I watched almost everything from yesterday, including the UFC shit, man. And I don't know where to start. I guess I'll start with the Bryant Jennings, Oscar Rivas stuff. Bryant Jennings, to me, has always been a bum, and he continued to show that last night. I'm glad that he got knocked out and we don't have to see him on Top Rank again, because I cannot stand seeing him fight. Let's see. Oscar Rivas, I don't know what to say about him. I mean, he looks like Ness said, like some bodybuilder, but like without the skills of like an Anthony Joshua. So I don't want to see him again either. I'm really glad I didn't pay for the pay-per-view last night, because that entire card was really like lackluster. Like every single fighter in there did not impress me one bit. I don't know why you guys talking all this shit about Marcus Browne like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Like he's top 10 at light heavyweight, but I mean,
You have anything positive to say?
I know it sounds all negative, but I don't know.
So wait a minute. You weren't impressed with Browne's performance. You're gonna say that someone else has done that to Badou Jack. Okay, sure, Avery.
Yo, I'm not gonna say. Look, if someone else has done what? Someone else has headbutted Badou Jack like that? No, I guess they haven't. What do you want me to say?
So you're gonna say that that's the only time he had success was after the headbutt, not pre? Not pre. Okay, Avery.
Look, no, I mean he had some success, but like I have never seen Badou Jack that hesitant and that like slow and like
the power,
looking.
that left hook. I mean that straight left that hit his ass in the beginning of the opening round or second round, and then he started to get hesitant because there's power there in those combinations, bruh. He was hitting him with 4 pieces. He would hit him with 2 in the bottom and still come up top with a double left or a double right hook. Come on, man, stop it. You better rewatch that fight. He impressed me, man. He was never on this level ever, and Badou Jack was perceived the top of the top. For a guy that we argued whether he's a prospect or a contender to get up there and whitewash Jack, come on, bro. You're bugging.
That's the New York bias that I'm sensing in your voice, but that's okay.
I'm in New Jersey. New York niggas don't even like me. I'm from New Jersey.
Man, I don't know. It just seems like you've been really loving on Marcus Browne like for years now, and it's like, come on, dude. Like he's okay, but I mean that's clear that like something with Badou Jack was like compromised. It was not the same. And you could say like, yeah, we felt this power, but like, come on, man. I mean, Adonis Stevenson hits harder, and Badou Jack still put on a much better performance even after being hurt from Adonis Stevenson in like round.
Adonis Stevenson is a one-punch shooter. You know what I know. He's a counter-puncher. He's not coming forward, hitting you with multiple punches. But I hear you, Avery. It's all good. We'll see what happens next. We'll see where he goes from here, and that's the beauty of this sport. We're going to go to Donald, Cali, Richmond. Talk to us.
What's up? I wanted to touch on this real fast before I forget. So the Jacobs and the Canelo rehydration clause, that is Canelo trying to handicap Jacobs, because the IBF rules are that when it's a unification bout, there is no
yeah, you are right. You're totally right about that, brother.
Yeah. So that is see, the thing about Canelo that I always continue to not like is that whenever he gets an opponent that's somewhat a decent opponent that's going to be a good name on his resume, he always has to do some bullshit like, oh, you can't be over this weight or this or that. He always has to throw in something extra. And it's like, Canelo, if you're this great fighter, if you're supposed to be so good, why don't you just take this man on straight head up on? None of that, no, you can't be this weight or none of that extra shit. Just do the fight. Whatever this man come in at, go in there, put a boxing clinic on him, just beat his ass and get the win. That way, when you do get the win, nobody has to be like, well, you know, he put the rehydration clause and he drained Jacobs, so, you know, that's why he beat Jacobs. Like, don't leave us any excuse to talk about your win. Just go in there and get that win and just leave it at that. You know what I mean? That's just the only thing I don't like. And I didn't see the Oscar Rivas versus Jennings fight, but I was thinking that for Oscar, a couple of good fights would be like maybe like Michael Hunter, Charles Martin, Carlos Takam, you know, something like that. That would be cool. Man, when I seen Linares lose, I was like, damn, that kind of really shits on Lomo's win, right? Because this guy is not even supposedly this guy was kind of like a, you know, like a tune-up or something, and he just stops Linares in one round, but Lomo got dropped by him. I'm like, that kind of waters down his win, you know? So I don't know. And then I was thinking when y'all was talking about the Keith Thurman and Pac, you know Keith will take that fight. Like, Keith will beat Lopez and still sit back and act like he needs 2 or 3 more tune-ups. But if they offer that Pac fight to him, he would take that Pac fight right after Lopez with no problem at all. And we all know that.
You better
so
not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
That dude will go straight for that fight. And then the Andre fight, some people complain about the stoppage, but if you watch the fight closely and you pay attention, the referee wanted to stop the fight in the 11th round when the guy was coming out, and he went to his corner and was telling them, like,
he had no reason, though. He had no reason. It wasn't like the dude was not answering punches.
I understand that, but see, the thing is that he sometimes the referee feel like you taking too much punishment and you really not doing nothing. So that's why the referee did that bullshit ass stoppage, because he already wanted to stop it anyway. So he just was like, nah, I'm stopping it. Even though it's 30 seconds left, I'm stopping it, you know. and that's why he did that. But
Yeah,
it wasn't a real good
yeah,
stop.
patent resumes, man. Fake knockdown, man. Fresh BX, your man getting fake knockdowns out here. You out here promoting that. Excuse me, not fake knockdowns, fake knockouts, and you out here promoting that. Tridash. Rod in the 870. What up, though?
What's up, man?
Yeah, he got Jennings and he got Linares.
Why you write that down, man? I didn't ask you to write that down. But I want to do a rundown on the weekend, man. Watching Friday night, Jennings, he fought a stupid fight in the 12th round. Then you had Shakur Stevenson. I think he looked good. He looked really good. He's getting better by the day. Every time I watch this guy from fight 1 to fight 10, I think it is now, this guy's getting better every day, and I like what I'm seeing from him. And then Linares, that was definitely a surprise. Definitely. Him getting knocked down 3 times in the first round against Stops, yeah, that was kind of crazy. It kind of cheapens the Lomachenko win now against him because he gave Lomachenko a hell of a fight into the body shot late in the fight. Then you had Saturday, we had, Andrade, Demetrius Andrade. I don't even want to talk about him until he fights somebody that, kind of piques my interest. There's really no reason to talk about him, man. He has to get in the ring with a good fighter to give us something to talk about, to kind of give us a benchmark to see where he is versus some of the top middleweights. Yes! Then on Saturday you had Pacquiao Broner. Well, let's talk about the Badou Jack fight. I think he was just fighting a guy that was bigger, stronger, more athletic, somebody he had never seen in the ring before. Man, Browne looked really good. He was amazing. I won't say amazing because he knocked him out, but wow, he really, really impressed me. I will be following him from now on. Between him and who's the guy that fought the other week that you guys had on there? The white guy that won the super middleweight belt. What's his name?
Caleb Plant.
Yeah, Caleb Plant.
Plant.
I had never really heard of Plant. Yeah, I had never really heard of Plant. I watched his fight. I'm a fan. I'm going to follow him moving forward. He's a good fighter, and that's kind of what I'm the bucket I'm going to put Browne in. Both of them has earned my fanmanship, so to say. And then the last fight, Pacquiao and Broner. Oh, my God. Broner is a piece of shit. I'm just going to say that because he has all the skills, has all the athletic ability that people would die for, and he just doesn't let his hands go. And anybody that gave him more than 3 rounds is an idiot. I'm sorry, Mike, is an idiot. If you gave him 3 rounds, you're close to being an idiot. I gave him 2, and I was just trying hard to give him 2 rounds. So with that being said, Pacquiao didn't look great, but he put on the pressure, and he hurt Broner twice pretty good in the fight. Broner does have a good chin, but it seemed like he was just in there to survive. So that's my weekend rundown. And Mike, you're right. I do have.
Rod, thanks for calling in. Sorry about that, but there is a time constraint. We're going to keep these phone lines moving. We're going to Vito in Malaysia. Talk to me.
Yeah, I ain't got Vito down for nothing. Boy, Vito, you lucky. Because I know you was riding with Badou Jack.
Finally, no. I wanted Badou Jack to win, but I didn't pick because I didn't know much about Lucas Browne. So I'm just gonna say
Marcus Browne.
You don't know much about him, huh?
Marcus Browne, sorry. That guy that called what's his name, Avery, they were saying Marcus Browne didn't look too good or something like that. I think he had a bad night of boxing, probably, and has nothing to do with boxing, probably an ex-girlfriend or something, because he had nothing positive to say. Now, to Adrien Broner, I've been listening to callers and watching videos, and nobody has said this simple fact. Maidana took Adrien Broner's soul. All the shit about Adrien Broner not letting his hands go came after the Maidana fight. He is afraid to get himself hurt, and even Adrien Broner can only let his hands go when he knows that you cannot hurt him, when he's really sure, as you can see in the second half of Jesse Varga fight. So that's it. I will even pick Ron against Adrien Broner. Trust me. That's how I feel about Adrien Broner right now. Then
No, I'll get my ass kicked by Broner. Don't put me in that. I ain't no boxer, bro.
talking of Andrade, I think you guys are a little bit too hard on him.
No one
I
knows
just
it.
feel like
Speaks no English.
I just feel like Andrade just needs to get a fight with someone. What they say, maybe like Triple G, for people to appreciate him, because he's not. We boxing fans want him to be a killer, but he's not really a killer. He's just a good, skilled boxer. He's not that. So I think he will start getting appreciation, just like Tyson Fury started getting appreciation when he fought Klitschko and this Wilder fight. And then even this guy, what's his name? This Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders never got never got recognition from the U.S. Until he did what he did to David Lemieux. And he's not a killer. Tyson Fury is not a killer. And these are supposed to be weight classes that you expect high ratio KO. So Andrade, if Andrade can do what he's doing to these fighters, if he can do it to someone like Triple G, then you get the appreciation. We'll accept him for who he is. That's my call.
Great call, Vito, and I absolutely really agree about the Billy Joe Saunders. I don't think he'll kill her at all. I think he got the right person against David Lemieux. Flat-footed guy, always come forward. He can help but look how he look of his fighting style.
Man, mediocre people beat David Lemieux every day. I've been saying that for years.
You just keep on being proven to be ahead of your time. About Linares, about David Lemieux.
They just keep proving me to be right. You know what I mean? Listen, it's boxing, and at the flip of a coin, the tables could turn. So Lemieux has wins like he has losses. Like, there's a dude on his resume that I watched him beat, or rather I watched him lose to, that I still can't pronounce his name. You know what I'm saying? It's like Josine Al Clean or something. But HBO used to use that dude a lot, and I still can't pronounce his name. You know what I'm saying? But Lemieux, he even lost to Rubio, I think, like a long time ago. Like, man, y'all bugging. The thing is, y'all ain't watched Lemieux come up, man. I used to watch him, man. He was exciting coming up too, but they gassed him. And he was way more energetic too. Like, he used to let his hands go a lot more, Lemieux coming up. But yeah.
Give me like 5 years and I'll be right on your level, because I'm watching all these fights, all these young people. Like what I knew about
We're talking about the Shakurs in 5 years right now. It's like Marcus, man. Marcus got 5 years already in the game. He started 2012.
I'm gonna give you a prime example. When I knew that Rajvan Kajanu was gonna go the distance with Nathan Gorman. I've seen Nathan Gorman fight several times now. He always gasses out toward the latter half of his fight. Doesn't really have that one knockout power either. So I knew that Rajvan was not going to engage, because he didn't engage with Parker, and he didn't engage with Ortiz. Ortiz is just a better boxer and knows how to pick his shots better than Parker or Gorman. But yeah,
Mike,
next call. I'm sorry.
You gonna be teaching people, man. You
I ain't gonna teach nobody shit. I mean, that ain't what I do. That's
you,
man. Hey man, if y'all don't know, Ron got an interview with Max Kellerman, and we all know we hear Ron's intro. We know how high of esteem he holds Max in. So go over and check out Ron's interview. He did a great job. Big ups to you, homie.
Yep. Ron and Daniel definitely killed it. Got me working overtime. We're gonna keep these phone lines moving. We have I don't know, Canna, send me like a message on Skype if you've situated your mic. We're gonna go to this very new Skype caller.
Whoa. We got a mastermind. 806. Who is it? 806 in the chat.
That's Joseph. He's ready. All right.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us.
What's going on, guys? That's the question I wanted to bring up now. I remembered. It took me a minute. I think we talked about. I seen a post too where to talk about Wilder and Fury possibly being on Fox pay-per-view, and I was wondering, what do you guys think it has anything to do about what he said on your guys' interview a while back when he talked about how he was upset with the commentary on Showtime, and specifically he was upset like with Paulie and then the way Bernstein and them had the fight scored. Do y'all think that has anything to do with it?
What, you mean Broner saying that it's all about money?
No, about Wilder being upset with Showtime's commentary.
And them talking about the rematch possibly being on Fox pay-per-view.
Really? I ain't hear that. I ain't hear that, but I don't think that's gonna make a difference, right? I mean,
it's all Al Heyman at the end of the day. I
think it would be a business.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a business. I think it's a business deal. I think it's about getting exposure for your heavyweight. You know, listen, Anthony Joshua is a franchise because they built him up to be one. You build up Wilder to be a franchise. Imagine that they do it on Fox. I mean, it's gonna be Fox oh shit, it is gonna be Fox, this Mikey one, right?
Yes, Mikey Earls is Fox. That's why they got the Dallas Cowboys push.
Stop this speakerphone shit. I'll kill you. I kill masterminds every day. You want something?
Hold up, maybe it's the room I'm in. I got an echo in here. Hold up.
Well, yeah, man. I just think it's more of a business thing, and I believe, I'm not sure about this, but I believe that you're gonna see every fighter in the PBC stable at one point in time on Fox, on Showtime, and that's just how it's gonna be.
Yeah, man. No, we're gonna have a gauge
question,
definitely with the Spence Garcia. We'll have a gauge, so they'll probably want to see those numbers and then drop it. That's all.
Yeah. Well, the reason I asked was because if you guys remember when you had him on, he talked freely about how upset he was with the commentary and how he felt like they were pushing the narrative that Fury was winning. You know what I mean?
Another thing is
my head.
The new Showtime and new Fox deal didn't start to the beginning of the year, so maybe that has something to do with it too.
True, but that was just one of the questions I had. You know what I mean? That just caught me interested. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I'm gonna listen out. Appreciate it. That's my call.
All right, man. Thank you, Joseph. Thanks for being a mastermind. Who we got up next, homie?
We said we were going to, I guess we're gonna go Tariq on Skype.
What's going on, Tariq?
Yo, what's going on?
Damn, what's going on? You cutting down trees?
Nah, man, no tree cutting. Set to sort the earphones. Can you not hear me, yeah?
Yeah, man. Sound like you're on speakerphone, though.
I think. No, I'm on the headphones. I got the Sony headphones still.
Yeah, them hoes don't sound that good.
Playing in the back.
So, dude, man, you trying to get a flag? Are you trying to get TBB flag by that Slim Thug playing in the background? I know what it is.
I'm watching a football thing still. Baytees, big up Baytees. Check them out. Baytees squad. Anyways, I think it was embarrassing for Broner still. Like, he looked desperate. He started sounding desperate at the end, saying, "Oh, you guys can't be winning that round, right?" Like, I think anyone who said he got robbed, I think that's embarrassing as well. Like, I think they're just pissed off that they wasted their money on the pay-per-view. Like, in the UK, we got that stuff for free. That fight was free to watch on ITV. So big up Al Heyman or whoever done a deal with ITV. And I felt sorry for Badou Jack still.
For free?
But they only got Badou Jack and Broner.
It's a free channel as well. You don't even have to pay to watch the channel. It's not a subscription channel. It's free for anyone in the whole of the UK to watch.
Holy shit.
It's on that channel free.
Boy, Al doing something smart. Boy, he said, "I'm putting all this shit on free TV, literally. NBC, Fox, CBS, but over in the UK."
Yeah, basically, like, just a free channel. Anyone can have it for free. You don't have to subscribe to it. You just connect the TV to the area when you can watch it. So anyone at home, they could have watched that. It was a mad times though, like 2 o'clock in the morning. The main fight was at like 5:30. But anyways, Badou Jack, man, his face got teared apart. Like, they should have stopped the fight, I think. Because he even when the cut happened, he was down on the scorecards. So unless he was to create a miracle and knock him out, which looked unlikely because the guy was much bigger than him.
Bruh, and He don't even get knockouts, man. His corner need to be questioned, I think, because I don't know how that shit gonna look. Like that scar, I seen his Instagram, bro. That scar go down the bridge of his nose. I know people talking about cosmetic surgery, but look, man, is that shit ever going? Is it ever gonna look good? Is it ever gonna look good again? You know?
I mean, they could probably do some good surgery on that still. But also, big up, Nordine Oubaali, the Moroccan Donny.
Oubaali.
Wait.
He held it
wait,
up.
hold on. Pronounce his name? His last name?
Oubaali.
Oh, yeah. Like Paula Malignaggi. Oubaali. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
However you want to pronounce it.
Man,
but yeah, the point is,
we were pronouncing that shit Oubaali. Yeah.
No.
We just made shit up. Oh my god.
And that shit rolled off so good, though, man. It rolled off so good.
You didn't even do Jeffrey, huh?
Holy
Bro,
shit.
he put up a good fight. He put up a good performance on his debut in America.
I don't know about all that.
Then you think? Then you like the way he was fighting? That Southpaw stuff.
I think he was aggressive. He put the pace, but
I don't see him being a killer in the division.
He wasn't scared to take punishment like Broner. Like he was in it. He was in there. He was in there to win it.
Yeah, I hear you. The thing is that I'm
that guy he fought. He looked like at the end. I felt sorry for him.
He
looked disappointed.
I'm just saying. I assessed him further than just this fight. So yeah, he beat Warren. You know, he beat Warren. I ate crow. I picked Warren. He beat him. But I don't think that he does much in his division. He's very short. Warren was huge compared to him. It's just Warren has absolutely no power. He's never had power.
He wasn't scared of that power. He wasn't scared of those muscles. You know what I mean?
There was no power though. But that's what I'm telling you. We know Warren. There was no power there. So like he didn't have anything to be afraid. And he knows Warren. They fought in the Olympics.
Yeah, and this is only his 15th fight.
Yeah. He was 14.
Pick him up, man. But yeah, Broner. I don't know. What do you lot think about Broner? To be honest with you,
you heard what we thought. What you think?
Oh, he think it's time to go. We going to
ain't get no 10-minute bail a second or whatever. Nothing.
It's aggressive, Mike, today, man.
No, that was nice.
Baltimore.
Troy.
What?
It's Baltimore, gentlemen. The gods will not save you.
My bad.
I won that fight.
Who was this though, man?
I won that fight.
This Wood.
Oh yeah, Wood didn't call in.
I won that fight. What's up, y'all?
What up?
What's going on, man? That motherfucker, man. Adrien Broner, man. He haven't been the same. Can y'all hear me?
We hear you, man.
Hello?
Yeah, man, we hear you.
I thought y'all. I heard a beep. He haven't been the same since Madonna fucked him up in 2013, man. He's scared to get caught up in them ropes again, man. And I gotta commend him. He's a good ass con artist because he's able to keep selling us these fights, man. You gotta respect that, man. You gotta respect it. He's able to keep selling us this shit, and you gotta respect that, man. Because no, it's hard to keep selling people bullshit. It's like keep knocking on the motherfucking door, selling a broken ass toaster over and over again, and he keep buying the shit. And it's hard to do that shit, and motherfuckers still believe that he still want to walk people down and let his hands go, and no signs of him doing that shit. I don't know what people looking at. He's not going to ever do that shit no more. It's over, but he'll be able to talk himself into another big ass fucking fight, and he'll talk that shit on guard and them for the hood, and people believe that shit over and over again. I never seen no shit like it before. Never seen it. That's all I really gotta say, man. But I don't know how he does it. How he do it. He even got me and shit. He got my money. God damn it. He a bad motherfucker, man. He one hell of a salesman. He one hell of a salesman, man. That's a bad boy, man. He need to be into sales. He can sell you any fucking thing, man.
Well,
It's a
all
bad
right.
boy.
Wood, man, thanks for calling in. We going out to Joel on the pound for pound boomerang. Talk to me.
Yeah. What up? Yeah.
Got some more smoke, my G?
And I have a good question. This question is really serious. How come you have the same product with different country, and then that same product is different price? Like we have iPhone. iPhone is the same price in America, then I can buy it here. Why pay-per-view is so high price there?
Your time, I mean, the time difference is the major thing, man. Whenever the iPhone come out, you can go to the store and get it. You know what I'm saying? At the time you want to. But these fights, since the invention of the internet, you gotta put these fights on. There cannot be no more tape delay.
They just different markets, man. That's all.
It's pay-per-view. You can buy it whatever the time you want.
So
No,
you give
what I'm
me
saying is-
Anthony Joshua $75 at 5 a.m. I'm sleeping.
Exactly. Now what I'm saying is, some fights can be pay-per-view in both countries, but this fight wasn't one of them.
No, I'm just asking. No, I'm not even the fight is what at itself. I'm asking the price. Why the price is so high in America? I don't get it.
Different markets, man. Makes more money here.
Yeah, I guess, man. I don't know.
Can't you? And then I've seen people are like happy. Yeah, the price is high. I'm like, you guys are crazy. Why are you getting yourself charged so much and you're happy? That doesn't make sense for me. Like
Well, Joel, the truth is, we're not happy. There's just nothing we can do.
Yeah, but I can see there are people in chat, people in YouTube bragging.
Yeah, because that's just them. That's just them teasing you guys, right? Because you guys like to say, "Oh, well, AJ sold 1.5," so they tried to discredit. Just listen.
Mm-hmm.
They just use that as an angle to debate. If you say fighter sold 1.5, they get to subtract it now because it's not the same price. Because we get to assume that 1.5 million people probably wouldn't pay $75. And until that assumption is proven, fact, they're going to keep running with it. Nothing more, nothing less. They are not happy paying $75. I was not happy, but I prefer HD and I don't steal.
I mean,
at this point in my life.
The same fight. I had guys buying that fight here on $20, $30. The same fight here in Dubai.
Yeah, you guys use dollars over there?
Yeah, we use all the money.
Well, we'll get back to learning more about Dubai next time. Thanks for calling in. We're going to go to... All right, the only caller that I haven't gotten to that is on Skype, it's your turn. Because you have no you. There you go. That's you. That's you.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to be sure before I jumped out there.
Well, it wasn't you, but we'll take you, Canna. Talk to me.
Canna, you had
Go ahead. Call me up.
Yeah, you had Linares, Jennings.
Kiana.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm gonna start with Badou Jack. His corner, my God, needs to be fired. Needs to be fucking suspended for forever, like banned. What the fuck? He has a gushing just fucking split down his forehead, and you're just like, yeah, go out there, 6 more minutes. Like, wow. But other than that, Rau'shee Warren, just like a bantamweight Broner, just a carbon copy. You just sit there and watch the man work on you. I don't know why, but he let himself come up short again. So now you lost to that man in the Olympics, and now you lost to that man in the pros. I didn't watch Top Rank card or the DAZN card on Friday. I had to work. I caught the highlights. Andrade, looked like Andrade.
Let me ask you a question. Because not just to you, but as I'm asking you, I want to pose it to everyone. Why do you not go back and watch it? It's on demand. People keep saying, I didn't catch the DAZN card. It's on demand. That's the difference between HBO and Showtime. It's there forever. Like, go back and watch it.
Yeah, I didn't get this DAZN either. I didn't do that. And ESPN Plus, they need to post times for these things. Honestly, they just say tonight on the app. Like, post the fucking time that this fight is starting. It's ridiculous that I have to do my own investigative journalism to figure out what time the fights start. Like, fuck that. So both of them, I didn't order the apps. I have an IPTV service that I catch all of that shit on when it's live.
So
Go ahead.
without it being live, you don't catch it?
Without it being live, I don't catch it. Either I'll go back if it's a good enough fight, like I heard about it. Oh, I gotta go see it. I'll go look it up on YouTube. I'll go pull it up on the internet somewhere. Other than that, it's like, okay, yeah, I caught the highlights, and that was the result.
Holy shit! How old are you?
Me, I'm 31.
Oh wow.
Yeah, boy. Yes, sir, baby. Hey, look here.
So, Mike, are you guys considered millennials then?
Yeah. Like we were the first.
Oh, so it's not.
We were the first.
It's younger. I thought it was the 20.
No. It's like, bro, if we ain't gotta pay for it, my nigga, we ain't gonna pay for it. But since I started doing this shit, and you told me it's a tax write-off, fuck it, I'm paying for it. Cause I ain't got time for that buffering and shit. My shit to be dropping. I ain't got time for that.
I never had time for that buffering, bro. Before I was writing this shit off on my tax.
It wasn't never like that bad like a couple years ago, but like so many folks do it now. It's just fucking crazy.
Y'all crazy, man. It was always bad. All right. It was always pop-ups. It was always viruses.
It's never changed.
Nah, bro. I don't know about y'all.
Listen, I'm sorry. I mean, no disrespect. Y'all just got low fucking standards, dog. I like it.
No, nigga, my shit's 720 and better. I'm not watching no 480.
Yeah, man, y'all stayed lying. And as soon as y'all said,
bro, I swear to, bro, I'm not lying to you, bro. I'm not going.
That shit look trash.
Who?
Mike,
what link?
Mike, let's not forget we used your link for the Wilder fight. That shit was trash.
What you mean, my link for the Wilder? Whoa. We used Mac link for that Wilder fight. I bought it on my laptop. What you talking about?
Look. my this generation.
So I ain't buy. Hold on. Whoa,
oh my god.
So I didn't buy it on my laptop. Me, you, Enrique went in on it.
God, Mike, we all know we eventually bought it. We know that.
No. Don't start. No, hold on, Ron. Don't start that eventually shit. Cause you said let's go and do this shit now early in the daytime, so we ain't got to worry about this shit late on night. So we bought it in the fucking daytime. Don't come with that bullshit, Ness. Go ahead, Ron.
I don't know where you. No, Ron is not going because obviously, one, you're emotional as fuck.
No, I'm not emotional, bro. Because you lying to the people.
Two, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying because you think again I'm bringing up this Mike didn't buy the pay-per-view thing. That's not the angle that I'm going, and that's not what I'm saying. That is you being super defensive. Take a fucking pull. I didn't use that angle.
Take a pull.
Yeah, I didn't use that angle, bro. What? I gotta think again to.
You don't know what you were saying, bro.
Because you
don't know what angle you was going with.
Bro,
how you gonna tell me I'm wrong?
Because I know
90 seconds.
I wasn't talking about the buying of the pay-per-view. All right, I'm talking about the low standards of the quality of it. The fact that it's always been like that. And now I'm getting to my point. When we were in LA, you want to say I'm lying to the people? Did we or did we not first use your illegal link?
No, we used my laptop, and you said the pixelation looked different on my laptop than it did the TV. So we got it on Matt's laptop, and Matt pulled up a link, and then you were like, why don't you just open up your Showtime on Matt's laptop? So I opened up my Showtime account on Matt's laptop, and we watched it through there. Any more questions?
Why did we watch the Showtime app on Matt's laptop, which streamed to the TV?
Because you said for some reason it looked different on my laptop, like they were moving regularly, but when we stuck the HDMI cord in my thing, they were moving funny on the TV, which they were. So it wasn't the
stream to the TV, correct?
Because of the HDMI cord, yes.
There was a lag from your stream to the TV.
No, it was not a lag. They were moving too fast, man. We can call Matt if you don't remember.
So from your computer that was playing the fight,
yes, to the TV, they were moving too fast. Yes, sir.
So, all right, so not a lag. They were faster.
Yes, sir.
There was an issue then.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then when we switched mats, there was an issue, right?
No. we got on Matt's laptop, and then Matt pulled up a I guess like a first row stream, and he was like, "Yeah, man, it does look different." So you said, "Why don't you just pull up your Showtime account since you already
use the illegal link and not like it, Mike? That's the point.
We never use a illegal link."
Shit. All right.
Hold on. Can I finish? Can I finish? We never use a illegal link that I picked or I brought up. We use one that Mac picked on his laptop.
Right.
Yo, this shit is so funny.
Guru of the links now. You're the guru.
Yeah,
So
I don't use First Row Sports. Yeah.
Only the links that Mike get doesn't lag, don't have issues. I'm sorry.
No, sir. Been doing it too long. I've been doing it too long. Since 07, 08. I don't do it. I don't fuck around. I don't fuck around, homie.
To the TV. Okay.
Thank you.
Look, what I was gonna say.
He don't fuck around, but his link didn't work yesterday. But
it wasn't that. I was just too far behind you.
Yes.
I was a minute and a half behind you. I was a minute and a half behind you.
But was it Matt's link yesterday?
No, but I was a minute and a half behind you, so that's why I went on.
I'm not asking you any of that. I'm
trying to tell you the reason why I bought the pay-per-view.
Were you able to rewind? Were you able to pause?
No, not on the link. No.
Low standard.
How's that a low standard when the quality is there?
And what made you buy the pay-per-view?
I was a minute and a half behind you.
So wait a minute. Ron, he doesn't have low standards in quality, in not rewinding, not playing pause, but he was behind.
Whenever link you use, aren't you behind the live broadcast?
Whatever, bro.
I mean, streams are a wild card. I've been
fucking
bro. You love playing both sides, bro.
No, look, Mike. All I was gonna say is when I was coming up, I've been watching streams since Pacquiao Marquez won. Okay, I've been as a kid because I couldn't get all those things. I've had some great streams that were on time. I had some streams that were complete shit, and I bared with it. My tolerance for those type of streams are strong. Streams are bad, and some streams are great. The effort sometimes putting into it, and all the ads you got to click through, and all the nonsense that comes about. You don't know if it's US, it's BT. It freezes, it buffers. You got to restart. I've experienced everything. You know, it's true. I'm not gonna sit here and say one person's right or wrong, but more cases they're shitty.
You don't gotta admit that he right or he.
More cases they're shitty though. They are though.
I don't know none of that shit.
There was a reason that in LA, as soon as I fucking woke up, I'm like, yo, let's find this whack ass link that y'all want to use because I'd rather have the pay-per-view bought. I don't do that shit.
You said let's go in on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was always my option.
Okay, so don't say we picked a link first. We all went in on the fight.
But here's the thing.
Man, what the fuck does he keep talking about?
You can't control streams. I've had people who had a stream and then they went to a dish. They actually switched the channel before, and it's like on soccer. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, why are we talking about streams? Like, this good and bad streams.
He's defending it. He's defending streams, bro. He's the one like,
bro, why are you still talking about me and what I'm doing? We ain't got no more callers.
Why are we talking
ain't no more callers on the line?
You trigger because I love it. This is fun for me.
I see you over there laughing and shit, man.
Fun for me to bro. Triggered over your legal stream. Now I got the best streams on the planet.
I damn right do. And I still do. Let's
keep it real.
1080, baby. 720, baby.
Mike. All boxing fans have used bad streams before. It's a box. When you're a fight fan, fight fans it's so expensive to be a fight fan.
How long have I been a fight fan, Ryan? How long have I been a fight fan, Ryan? 3 years, baby.
Ron, listen.
And I've been grandfathered in, homie.
Ron, listen to me. You can't pay Mike no mind when it comes to this. The man paid for the last 2
I did because I did. Yes, I did because of what you told me.
But he's still trying to defend. No,
I'm so confused.
Whatever. I'm done. Let's move on. All right, we're going to Jerron. What's going on in Louisiana, man? Talk to us.
You said you were gonna get your money, and that's exactly what happened. I don't know where Broner goes next. You said you would pay if he fought down. You shouldn't, because he could do the same thing. And I don't want to relegate him to. Is he gonna get?
Shit, I'm gonna bet against his ass then too. That's all.
I think actually, I think you said Dillian White is a free agent. I think you should stay that way because if he becomes a moneymaker in boxing and then he's a free agent, he can have these different networks out trying to outbid each other to show his fights. And that cut on Badou Jack was crazy. That's my call.
All right, Jerron, that cut was definitely crazy, brother. That shit had me like, ugh, for real. Jay, let us know in the chat if you want. I think Jay got his 2 calls. Did he get his 2 calls? But if not, let us know in the chat. We going to, where is he? Okay, we're going to D in Atlanta. Talk to me. Am I wrong about the name? 678-313.
What's going on, 678-313? What's your name here?
Going once.
2 times.
678-313. Twice. Gone. Just listening. Justin, what's going on?
Hello?
What's going on, little Justin?
Hello? Hello?
Justin, what's up, brother? We hear you.
Oh, first of all, I've been waiting for 1 hour, but it's all good. But Pacquiao.
Yo, Justin, you know you always say that. Do you not know that that's part of the show? Like that's the way that it works. That's why it's like a lot of people. Some of these people are masterminds, boomerangs, and ringers. So some of those get to cut the line because of that status. But you didn't know that? I didn't want I don't want you to feel like we're keeping you on hold purposely. That's just as long. After we go to you, there'll be about a dozen more.
All right. So, first of all, I seen the fights last night. AB, man, I knew he was going to lose, but I wanted him to win. He fired off. Manny Pacquiao outworked him. There were a few moments in the fight for AB, but he never really did a combo. He did single shot counters that he knew wasn't going to work, and I couldn't give him more than 2 rounds, to be honest.
Agreed.
Yeah. And the Badou Jack fight, do you think it should have been stopped?
Yeah, man. I think we said that numerous times during the live fight chat.
I wasn't there. I was doing my own stream, but yeah, that when I looked at his Instagram photo, that cut was deep. And what's your prediction for Canelo? And I forgot the other guy's name. What's his name?
Jacobs? Well, we do predictions Thursday before the fight, Justin. It's too early for that, man, right? Isn't it too early? What? We're just finding out about this little 10-pound rehydration clause, so it's a lot to factor in. We can't rush it.
And AB is delusional. He thought he won, but I'll see y'all later. Peace.
All right, B.
Peace out, little Justin.
Justin keeping it real Jeezy on us.
Yeah.
Going to, let me see. I could have sworn Amin was there. He must have dropped off.
Amin got quota. He don't want to be on there.
We're going to Kel's on Skype. Talk to me.
Man, boy, that little boy crazy, man.
What's going on, fellas?
What up?
Yo, this is my second time call, man. I never did get my intro.
Oh, well, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Appreciate it, fellas. Appreciate it. Hey, Mike, man. What's up, man? I'm from Memphis, man.
M10, stand up, man. Hey, Memphis, one of my favorite towns on earth, man. Shout out to Beale Street. Shout out to North Memphis, man. South Memphis, West Memphis. Well, West Memphis is in Arkansas, of course, where I'm from.
Yeah, no doubt, man. We got love for y'all in the Little Rock, you know what I'm saying? But
we already know.
Yeah, about the fights last night, man. I knew Adrien Broner was gonna lose, but I knew it was gonna be, at least entertaining because everybody was gonna be talking about it. So I at least wanted to, support him and see it. So, but he ain't gonna give me no more. So I know I know. Yeah, I know. I mean, but I ain't really got much, man. I just wanted to call in, man, and say I appreciate what your brother's doing, and I'm trying to support you, man. But you ain't got no more spots for the masterminds and shit. So I guess I gotta wait till somebody drop off, because it's sold out right now.
We definitely got space. I'll let you know.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Only thing you gotta do, man, to keep in contact with us, just hit the Boxing Voice up on the IG page.
You got an iPhone? Because I don't want anyone to join Mastermind without an iPhone. You just won't get the same experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got an iPhone. How do I link my Patreon username up with Skype? Because I'm on Skype right now.
Okay, so what's your Patreon name?
It's Killer Kells.
Yeah, I haven't seen you comment much, but I don't know. You gotta like Google how to change your Skype username. That might be a tough one to do.
Yeah, that shit is tough. Cause I tried changing the shit. I can change my email address, but not my not my. It's all good, man. Fuck it though.
I mean, listen. With the it's just like Joseph, who's a mastermind himself. I finally memorized that number. You keep calling in, I would eventually associate Canna with Kells, and no shit, you're Kells. So it won't be that difficult. Kells and Kells. You said Killer Kells?
Yeah.
That ain't too different. It's a guy like Canna. I thought you was Canna and Killer Kells. I'm like, damn, that is gonna be. Nah, but Kells and Killer Kells, I should be able to get that.
All right, man. That's cool, man. Well, shoot, man. I appreciate what you guys doing, man. I listen every morning, and I try to get the I don't listen live, so I don't want you guys yelling at me for not hitting the like button. But I try to catch you guys, every chance I get. But I appreciate what you're doing. Peace.
I mean, you can definitely hit it when you're watching it, no matter what time you're watching it. To be honest with you.
Oh, he's right. It was only 5 slots. All right, Kels, I'm gonna go ahead and open that up for you right now, man. Let you jump in there because we lost one today, unfortunately, man. So we'll open it up. But he'll be back. We ain't gonna mention no names. A fallen soldier. He will be back. He's been there forever. So we know he'll be back. And again, we won't mention no names. Just know that our love goes out to him. And, we hope things, get better. All right, we're going to keep the line moving. We got Dominic in Seattle. Talk to me.
Yo, what's good? Hey, that fight was crazy. I mean, Badou Jack looked like somebody split the belly of a pig or something, like straight down. Like his skin was thick, just a layer to the bone. Like, and he wasn't tripping. He looked like he was just some little kid at some Candyland or something. So, and Adrien Broner, I kind of expected this to happen. He's a mastermind. I think he works on me. Floyd's a mastermind. But I always considered Adrien Broner like the bootleg. If I want to go see the new Dragon Ball Z movie, I'm going to go watch Floyd, or I'll go to the movie theater and pay. If I want to watch something for free, I'll bootleg Adrien Broner. I already know he's going to lose, but I still want to watch it because he's like the bootleg version of Floyd. And I'm going to have to say this, too, about Deontay Wilder. I've been wanting to say this for a while, but I haven't caught you guys. I don't think he's going to take the fight quite soon because I know Deontay Wilder, he takes a year every time he fights, and he always got that hand injury. So Tyson Fury is going to get a warm-up, and then because he ain't going to wait for no nigga like Deontay Wilder, he going to get that warm-up win and then fight Tyson Fury. Fight Deontay Wilder. That's my call.
All right, Dominic, thanks for calling in. Kels just opened it up for you, and I actually made another slot for one lucky other person in case they feel like joining up and getting some of that love. Just got the text from my man Rob Brandt, who said, tell Danny to swing through. So we're going to go to Checkmate Bots and talk to me.
Yeah, all right. Can y'all hear me? I got the mic.
You got the mic.
Hello, this thing on? All right, cool. Hey, I got something to say for these British fans who keep talking about the pay-per-view. And this goes out to every single British person who complains about American pay-per-view. Shut the fuck up, you bitch ass nigga, and stay out of American sporting economics. We don't talk to British people about sporting economics. AJ and Eddie Hearn brought you guys into the mix. You should be happy you're having conversations with us. Okay, now that I put that aside, now let's get back to the fight. Now, first of all, when it comes to Adrien Broner, the man is talented. If you guys was noticed, his jab is sharp. It's quick. I mean, he has all the tools, all the talents. He can never put it together, just like the caller said before, because he's been destroyed emotionally and mentally after the Madonna fight. So Adrien Broner will never be a top tier. And in fact, when he jumped on the ropes last night, he did that just because he was happy he survived. He's doing it for the hood. Fuck the hood. What are you talking about? Do it for yourself. You know what I mean? If you're going to bring the passion because you feel like you want to be the best. Okay, in the hood, and everybody else will follow you. Okay. Now, when it comes to the Badou Jack and Browne, I was highly impressed with Browne. I heard some callers say they wasn't impressed with Browne. I was impressed with him. I don't really know much about him, but hey, from what I saw, he controlled the thing. Now, I also have to say, I'd never seen Badou Jack that lazy before. He just didn't do anything. I was like, well, is it just Browne's presence, whatever the case may be, but Browne neutralized him. So you got to give him that props. Now, Andrade. I am not a fan of Adrien. I don't know what it is. His style. He's wild. He's not accurate. There's nothing about his style that says I want to watch this guy box. Again, I haven't too much to say about that. So well, then Eddie Hearn has a history right now. Is trying to make second and third tier stars, number one options on his platform. So. But again, as far as the Pacquiao fight, I'm impressed with Manny. At 40 years old, the guy, he has it in a different way. He's not like he used to. He's not that pop, 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 in and out like he used to be, but he's still solid. In fact, I was not even wanting to watch the Floyd Manny part 2. Now, after what I saw, I'm actually interested in seeing that. Okay, that's my call.
All right. Checkmate. Boxing. Let me see. We got everybody on Blog Talk. And looks like we got Oliver on the check-in in Bermuda. Talk to me. Oliver, just listening?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Hear TV too.
Oh shit! Sorry. Let me go in another room. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Just chilling. How you doing?
Great week in the boxing. I love when it's jam-packed like that, especially now with this on-demand stuff, man. I can't believe people don't go back and watch DAZN. Mike, oh, you didn't go back, so you don't have DAZN anymore. You let your
No. I still got it.
Oh,
you mean a screenshot? You do a quick screenshot to show you?
Mike is still in it.
I'm just asking because like you looked at me like you kind of skeptic. I mean, I'll show you proof.
Whoa!
Wait, is Mike on his streaming thing again?
No, now he thinks I'm questioning whether or not he owns DAZN.
Oh.
Yeah. You missed Mike get triggered earlier in the show, and he's obviously still defensive.
I'll have to listen. It's gonna be all right, Mike. It's gonna be all right.
I can't wait for Crawford to fight. Oh my God.
Well, look, I'll be quick. I keep missing the shows, but I thought it was a great night of fights. What I forget his name. The Ohio guy who fought in the smaller weight class who lost the WBC featherweight, I think it was.
Rau'shee Warren, man.
Yeah, man. I was rooting for him, but his French Moroccan opponent was pretty savvy. I really enjoyed that fight. Kudos to both fighters, though. It was a great fight, but I mean, towards the almost similar to the Broner Pac fight. Like once it got to about the 5th or 6th round, the French Moroccan guy started to pull away. But I thoroughly enjoyed the fight. Badou Jack, he looked old, and now we see Adonis Stevenson, how close he was to the edge. That it was even a competitive fight with Adonis Stevenson, even though it was a draw. Maybe it's over for Badou Jack. I'm a big fan of him. He likes to fight the big fights. I feel he's he won a few times where he got a draw, but he just looked terrible. And maybe Browne is just that great. I mean, from the first round on, I thought he was slowing down maybe the third or fourth round, but he was phenomenal. I know the cut and everything, but like Browne said, he couldn't find him even before that. So yeah, and Adrien Broner, I think Clarissa Shields summed it up best. The most disappointing thing is not whether he won or lost, is that you can clearly see he's talented, but he doesn't give it. He doesn't give it. It doesn't look like he gives it 100%. So yeah, that's my call. As always, hit the like button, sign up on Patreon, all of that good stuff. I guess I'll hear from you guys on Monday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Oliver, thanks for calling in. You absolutely will hear from us 9 a.m. unless Mike doesn't wake up or is still feeling very emotional. I don't know.
Hey, is Mike gonna get that Terrence Crawford stream popping for Con?
Oh
shit.
Oh, is he gonna steal that?
Hey, my money funny, man. That money funny. You might have to, lag with me now. Lag with your boy.
Nah.
They called it a lag top on the chat.
He gonna like pausing, but it's like, yo, bro, you ain't pausing or fast forwarding for us.
I can't.
Let me go through the super chats real quick. We got what's blazing in sports. Good growth, guys. I went from 800 to 30. Good growth, guys. I went from 800 to 3.9 yesterday. Jab left hook says Broner versus Sturman's next. Jab left hook says Broner versus Sturman next. Perfect tune-up for one time. I love it. Give it to one time. Shit, we got motherfucking Crawford out here eating what's his name? Khan. Why not? New Money says Browne held Badou too much. Man, whatever. Made it less entertaining. Doubt it. Oh my God, I was dying to read this one. You guys had seen this one? Isorio Lara says Jack had a coin slot in his forehead, Ness. Wow, that is true though. Crazy.
That shit was deep, man. Just Andre Diaknu, man, sent us like a little video of that shit. Oh my God.
I'm good, man.
Yo, El Dog says Rivas versus Hargrovic. And I think Mike read that already, but so what? You get a double read up. And I'm refreshing, making sure. Yep, that's about it. Want to thank everybody that tuned in, everybody that listened. And if you're watching this in the future, present, past, it doesn't matter when you're watching it. Hitting that thumbs up button helps with the visibility of the show. Lets us know that you do enjoy what we're doing. And then we just keep doing it. Plus, we're going to be back here 9 a.m. mañana talking more boxing. And then probably me and Ron will hit the streets and we'll get something planned out. So, yeah, man, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's very important right here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. We're trying to get to that 95,000. Yesterday we got to 94, and we're on the hunt for 95. And right now we're at 94,606. So we're coming. Help us out by telling a friend to tell a friend. Then subscribing to the YouTube channel.
You can find me at Ron G FIQ. Appreciate you guys stopping by over the weekend with all the live chats with everyone. We got tons and tons of interviews from the events that we went from the press conferences to actually at the fight. Danny had a whole bunch from that fight. So if you guys didn't get a chance, trust me, if you want to just relive that weekend and see everyone's opinions, what was going on behind the scenes. There was Devin Haney, Gervonta Tank Davis, so many fighters at all these events. It was really cool. So go back there. We got tons of hours of content. But just to recap, Adrien Broner himself, to me, look, he's extremely talented. And like I said, I appreciate what he's done for the state of Ohio. He had a big opportunity, came through. Manny Pacquiao was just so much better. Love to see Broner just to try to do a little bit more in the future. He reminds me of like a new age Hector Camacho. I think Hector Camacho had a lot of opportunity, in the past and just never able to truly get his marquee fights. So also congratulations to all the other winners, as well as Shakur Stevenson. When it comes to losing, like Adrien Broner lost, it's not always what happens when you lose, is what you do after. Shakur Stevenson lost the silver. He won a silver medal and lost the gold, similar to Roy Jones Jr. And Roy Jones became a humongous, tremendous boxer and one of the legendary boxers in the sport. Shakur Stevenson has a similar story, and he just looked great over the weekend. Congratulations to all the other winners, and we will be back in the morning. So, what's up, Mike?
Yeah, follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. Great weekend of boxing, man. I'm very happy with the whole weekend from Friday to Saturday, and now we're on Sunday. Catch us in the morning, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock West Coast, 2 o'clock UK. And if you want some exclusive content, go over to the patreon.com/the boxing voice, and we will be live there tomorrow at 1.
If you want exclusive live streams, you was gonna hit him up with the Mike special and shit.
Now, I was gonna say we're gonna do a Untitled tomorrow, but I don't know how that's gonna play out. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably still do it. We gotta put the posts out, see what people want, and we gotta see, all fair. What's up with Ron, and what's up with the snowstorm, and go from there. But yes, catch y'all mañana 9 a.m. Peace.
Rest in peace, Javi's wallet.
Damn. This guy on Skype live. Oh, he left. I guess he really didn't want to talk. He was just listening. All right.
We need to check on Javi, man. Boy, he's gone.
Oh shit. Star Steph. Let me see. I missed the call. Sorry. Oh, and we'll get you next time, Star. I really apologize about that. But show business. Mike got him over.